What's up guys, this is your favorite fanfic YouTuber, the Fanfic Majesty, and welcome to another amazing video. You can follow me on Patreon for exclusive stories. In Pirate Inheriting Whitebeard 1 IW Chapter 1 Plan. The Sea Circle calendar is 1520. It has been 21 years since Luo Tian came to Pirate World. This year is also exactly 21 years old, recalling the past. After starting the plan, he joined the Whitebeard Pirates from the age of 12, and it has been 9 years. The reason for choosing to join the Whitebeard pirate group was also based on many factors. The first is the system. From crossing to the pirate world, the system begins. But it was the same thing at first. This system, Luo Tian felt a little pitted. Officially opened the strength to reach A level. This makes Luo Tian stumped. After a systematic explanation, S level is the combat power between Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral and Admiral level. SS represents the Admiral level, and SS also represents the lowest basic level of the 4 Emperors. S to S plus is between the elite Vice Admiral and Admiral. The senior officials of the 4 Emperors and the Emperor's deputy are basically between this level. A to A plus is the Vice Admiral level. B to B plus is the level between Commodore and Rear Admiral. C to C plus Marine Major to the level between Major Colonel. Between D to D plus Marine Ensign to Lieutenant. E level is elite soldiers, F level ordinary people. Therefore, it is necessary to reach the strength of Naval Headquarters Vice Admiral and 4 Emperors at the lowest level to activate the system. Luo Tian knows that relying on his own training is simply dreaming. Watching anime in my previous life, first feel that Marine Vice Admiral and 4 Emperors group cadres feel like a rookie. But when I really crossed into the world of pirates, Luo Tian doesn't think so. The entire pirate world is so huge and the number of people is so huge. But how many people have reached A level combat power? So Luo Tian is knowing the system and requires the strength to reach A level to turn on. I just thought about it, join a big power, and then low-key and do my best to exercise strength. After the strength arrives, it starts to act. It just so happened that Luo Tian crossed to the New World, or on the territory of the Whitebeard pirate group. Luo Tian has already planned the next route. The system is turned on when the strength reaches A level, and the inheritance function can be turned on. They can inherit the power of Logia, Paramecia, and Zone. Is to be able to inherit the 3 types of devil fruit abilities. However, there is a limit. The ability to inherit 3 times, 2 of which can only inherit the devil fruit and 1 power from the ability. Another time you can inherit all the opponent's strength and devil fruit ability. This is the ability gained by the system for the first time turning on the function. But there is also an advantage, the inherited devil fruit ability. The system can eliminate the side effects, so the shortcomings of fear of seawater and sea stone disappear. At the same time, it can automatically advance the devil fruit ability to the state of awakening. There will be 2 system functions turned on later, and the second time is when Raftel will turn on the secondary function. The last time is to become the king of the world and control the entire pirate world. Then the system will turn on the last function. 2 months ago Luo Tian exercised his strength to Vice Admiral level. He told Father Whitebeard that he planned to come out and practice for a while. In fact, a few years ago, Luo Tian felt that the potential of this body was actually limited. Exercise harder, if there is no system. The limit that can be reached in this life is also capped by the elite Vice Admiral. In the next few years, I was worried about not being able to start operations before Blackbeard Diki. Reaching the A-level combat power, almost all of them use their lives to improve their strength. That's why he has the Vice Admiral level of combat power at the young age of 21. This is also a famous little genius among the Whitebeard pirates. In fact, Luo Tian himself knew that it was asking several team captains and Daddy Whitebeard, including learning Marine's physical skills. Only then can the strength be improved step by step so quickly. But there is no way, there is only so much potential, able to reach today's strength at the young age of 21. In the entire pirate world, the upper echelon has already been counted. At the same time, Luo Tian is very popular because he likes to ask all kinds of questions. The bounty is also 270 million Baileys. Luo Tian did not serve as the new team captain, and has always worked hard to improve his strength. You must turn on the system at the beginning of the plot, otherwise you will be really passive with the plan. The first step Luo Tian is locked in Sky Island's Enel, Logia Thunderfruit. This top-notch Logia Devil Fruit with complete functions. After nearly 2 months of secret sailing, Luo Tian arrived safely in the first half of the Grand Line. Afterwards, it successfully reached Sky Island using the cupola current. Luo Tian also knows that there may be danger in it if you don't take a gamble. How to succeed? Even if you accidentally fall in midair, you can still use Moonwalk to pass the danger down. Including finding a way to get Nico Robin to join. The second time the system turns on the element, it arrives at Raftel. Without Robin, it won't work and become the king of the world. This Luo Tian feels more simple and direct. As long as the strength is strong enough, it can directly attack the world government. So far, there has been no news of Straw Hat Luffy going to sea and Ace's pursuit of Blackbeard. But Luo Tian knows that these are already fast. After all, it is already 1520 in the High-UN calendar. Also, how to get Enel's Thunder Fruit ability. This false god Enel does not know armament Haki. Then you can take advantage of this, surprise the opponent, and kill the opponent. Otherwise, if the actual match is real, Luo Tian really has no confidence to defeat Enel. Thunderfruit's attack power and speed, as well as the observation Haki bonus, are all 2 go. Luo Tian glanced at the data that the system prompted himself. Open black lens bracket host, Luo Tian. Close black lens bracket, observation Haki. B+ level, close black lens bracket. Armament Haki. A grade. Close black lens bracket, 6 types of physical exercises. Grade A close black lens bracket. Swordsmanship. A grade. Close black lens bracket, combat power rating. A grade, close black lens bracket. It took nearly 10 years of hard work to reach the current strength. Chapter 2 Play against Enel. Luo Tian knows that Enel's observation Haki network can detect the entire Sky Island. So deliberately release the signal, let Enel notice it, it will also make things more convenient. At the same time, Enel sitting on the stone slab also noticed the intruder. Is there a provocative element? Frowned. Immediately called 4 subordinates, the so-called 4 priests. Go to fight against this invading provocateur. Enel has now started to develop a habit of thinking that he is a superior god. Even with Thunder Fruit ability, it can attack anywhere on the island. Also disdained to launch an attack personally. Luo Tian is dressed in shorts and short sleeves, with the banner of the Whitebeard pirate group printed on the back of the clothes. Looking at the 4 people who appeared in front of you, they didn't suddenly remember who they were at the beginning? But then it reacted. It turned out to be Enel's 4 men. These 4 subordinates are all people who know observation Haki, and Sky Island is collectively referred to as Xinwang. Among the 4, Ohm took the lead to speak to Luo Tian. Is that the intruder that Master Enel said? It looks like a swordsman. Turning his head to look at the 3 people again, he will leave it to me. It just happened to be able to face off with a swordsman, which made me very excited. The 3 did not have much opinion, after all, in Sky Island, they're used to invincibility. Except for Lord Enel. Then you don't mess up the task, otherwise, Master Enel will blame it, we can't afford it. Don't worry. The corner of Luo Tian's mouth rose, and it seemed that after these 4 people had to be killed, the Enel who had eaten Thunderfruit would come out. Pulled out one of the 50 good knives in the scabbard. Luo Tian directly used shaving and rushed into the past. At this speed, the 4 priests were also shocked. In the battle, pay attention to fast and accurate. Luo Tian wouldn't give too much time to worry these 4 people. One shot is full force. Just as Ohm was about to draw his sword to counterattack, Luo Tian directly blocked him in the middle. Damn it, let's go together. The other 3 priests also knew that the enemy in front of them was someone whose strength was above them. When, clang. It's a pity that even if the 3 of them joined forces, they were instantly downwind. The difference in strength between the 2 sides is not in the same dimension at all. On the other side, Enel is eating an apple leisurely. Through the heart network, he also found that his subordinates are not opponents of the other party at all. A bunch of rubbish, even individuals can't clean it up. You have to do it yourself. After Enel scolded, he disappeared into a thunder and lightning. Wait until Enel appears above Luo Tian. Luo Tian also beheaded the remaining 3 people. When Enel saw this, his entire face was blue with anger, but it was so hard to cultivate 4 loyal men. Are all dead like this? Enel looked at Luo Tian's eyes colder. You are fine, you even killed all of the god's men. Go to death for me, 30 million watt Thunderbirds. Beat the thunder drum on the back, releasing a huge Thunderbird. Seeing this attack, Luo Tian opened his eyes. The attack speed is so fast. Observation Haki hurriedly drove to the maximum, and finally barely avoided this attack. Bang! Thunderbird knocked the ground out of a big hole. Luo Tian still has lingering fears, it was really thrilling just now. If there is no observation Haki, it is undoubtedly difficult to avoid the attack just now. Even if you use armament Haki to fight hard, you will get injured. After all, Thunderfruit's offensive power is really not covered. With such a powerful devil fruit, the rubber insulator of the Straw Hat Luffy can play hard against Enel. Clench the weapon with both hands. Enel looked at Luo Tian who had escaped his Thunderbird attack and said, being able to escape my attack when the daughter's hair is sent, it seems that you are also the Master's Heart Network. But even if the Master's Heart Network, it is still like an ant in front of this god. It's not unreasonable that Enel can be so arrogant. The power that Thunderfruit gives is too strong. In addition to Sky Island, no one understands armament Haki. It also leads Enel to think that he is the invincible person in the world. In Luo Tian's view, this is just a frog at the bottom of the well. But for now, you have to use tactics, otherwise, Enel can't be beaten at all. Taking advantage of Enel's ignorance of armament Haki's characteristics, it is impossible to get the opponent into Luo Tian's attacks first. Finally seized the opportunity to give a fatal blow. Full body charge. One sword, Sakura Hana cut. Shaving and moonwalk are both used at the same time, directly cutting the suspended Enel tens of meters in half. Not only Luo Tian, but also intends to set up Enel. Similarly, Enel wanted to see how strong this person who could kill 4 of his men was. That's why Enel didn't intend to avoid it just now. Otherwise, relying on the perception of the heart network, coupled with the speed of Thunderfruit, can still avoid Luo Tian's attack just now. After Enel was divided into 2 halves, Lei Shining began to merge together again. Enel didn't turn his head, but said, very powerful swordsmanship. It is indeed better than the god's trash men, but today is also inevitable, this god wants to kill you. After that blow, Enel also roughly got Luo Tian's strength. It is indeed much better than the 4 priests. The corner of Luo Tian's eyes drifted, looking at Enel, it was really good enough. I didn't use armament Haki just now, just because he was afraid that Enel would know that he had the power to hit his body. Then Enel will start paying attention, and it will be even harder to seize the opportunity. Even if he hit Enel just now, Luo Tian planned to come safely. Chapter 3 How can you stab the original god? Luo Tian and Enel launched a fierce offensive. During this period, Luo Tian also hit Enel several times, mainly because Enel basically did not evade Luo Tian's attack. In the few cuts, it was hard to find a chance. Basically Luo Tian avoids and moves around the whole process. Thunderfruit has amazing destructive power. Luo Tian was also hit several times, if not all of them used armament Haki to withstand part of the damage. I'm going to be seriously injured now, however, there was no serious injury and the injury was not light. Enel launched another lightning attack. Luo Tian waved a sword energy to block the lightning attack. Boom! Luo Tian just launched an attack, just at the moment when he wanted to make a counterattack again and was insufficient. Enel seamlessly connects new attacks and falls. 60 million watt Thunder Dragon. Luo Tian looked at the attack and was about to fall on him. Quickly use armament Haki to harden and defend. Bang! Luo Tian couldn't help but spit out a mouthful of blood. This guy Enel definitely has S-rank combat power. Having spent so many years in the Whitebeard pirate group, the division of various strengths has long been clear. Thunderfruit's ability is really overbearing. Fortunately, Enel's combat consciousness can be regarded as a rookie level. It also relies on the terrifying Thunderfruit and the powerful observation Haki. The slash alone cannot give Enel a fatal blow. Otherwise, with the defensive Enel, Luo Tian would have to retreat. Enel. You Qinghai, wild monkeys are still very flexible. It's not bad to be able to avoid so many attacks from the original god before. But it's over. Enel teleported to Luo Tian's body, intending to discharge a large amount at close range. Kill Luo Tian in one breath. Similarly, Luo Tian also sensed that this was an opportunity and was able to knock Enel away in one hit. Almost at the same time, Luo Tian attached armament Haki to the weapon. Aiming at Enel's heart, he stabbed it without hesitation. Click, ha! The entire heart of Enel was pierced by Luo Tian. At the same time, Enel grabbed Luo Tian's arm and directly discharged violently. 100 million watts of discharge, crackling. Luo Tian and Enel were seriously injured in an instant. Ah! Luo Tian was full of black smoke, even if he did a simple defensive armament Haki at 0 hours. It was almost killed directly, then Enel is even more miserable. The whole heart has been completely pierced by a knife, and it is no longer saved. There is no effect of cardiac electrical stimulation. The same Enel is also vomiting blood constantly. Cough, cough, cough. He said word by word with difficulty. Damn it, how did you suddenly hit the god? Could it be that you've been doing a show before? But it looks like you were going to die too, haha. Enel, who was pierced through his heart, knew that he would definitely not be able to live anymore. Now I saw that the opponent was also severely wounded and beaten to death by myself. Luo Tian's consciousness still hasn't completely disappeared. Gasping for breath, now Luo Tian's injury can be described as serious to a very deep level. But Luo Tian, knowing that he won, it's really not easy. This still took advantage of Enel's weaknesses and finally won. If it is replaced by a pirate who has been around for a few years in Grand Line New World. To have the strength of Enel, Luo Tian wouldn't even want to contact him even if he didn't want to. The strength gap reaches one dimension, and it is easy to be killed in 3 or 2 hits. Luo Tian paused for a while and said, It should be that you are about to die soon, Enel. But I was almost killed by you just now, as expected of Thunderfruit, it's amazing. The strong Luo Tian supported, raised his spirits, and slowly stood up. Moved to Enel step by step. Even breathing is very difficult now, but Luo Tian can't stop Luo Tian's excitement at this time. Fortunately, Enel did not start the strongest trick, the 200 million watt Thor. Otherwise, it's cool now, it may be Luo Tian himself. What happened here also attracted the attention of the people on Sky Island. However, I didn't dare to come in deeply. The power of Enel is deeply rooted in the hearts of Sky Island people. If something is wrong, it may be hit by lightning at any time and be killed. Enel is still desperately using electrotherapy to stimulate the heart. It stands to reason that if you are pierced through the entire heart, you will die quickly. But Enel is still able to continue to support it for a while. If Enel had that kind of monster physique, that would be another matter. Enel watched Luo Tian approach and clenched his right hand firmly. The electric light sparks shining, wanting to condense the lightning power to give Luo Tian a blow. How could Luo Tian let Enel succeed? How could you succeed? Armament Haki hardened. Fist covering armament Haki hardened. Roared. With his eyes fixed on Enel, Luo Tian exhausted the last bit of strength, striding twice. A fist hit Enel's heart. Enel was directly stiff. Ah! Cough. His mouth was dripping with blood, and his eyes widened. Luo Tian also completely lost his strength, and fell to the ground. It is not easy to be able to kill Enel by jumping into layers. If it is on the sea, it is extremely unlikely to achieve this kind of leap to kill the enemy. Also, people like Enel who don't understand Logia will be hit and they will be missed. Although it was thrilling, it finally succeeded. A level combat power kills a person with an S-level combat power, and you will be directly famous on the Grand Line. Enel's consciousness didn't last for 3 seconds before it dissipated completely. It was originally pierced through the heart, but in the end, Luo Tian attached armament Haki's fist to the center of the mouth. If he could survive without death, Luo Tian would have to call the monster directly. Chapter 4 Become the best echelon in the world. What followed was the sound of the system. Do you inherit Enel? Close black lens bracket, inherited character, Enel. Inheriting Thunder Fruit ability, scoring advanced development. Inherited observation Haki. S+ grade, inherited Enel physical skills, grade C. Combat power rating. S grade, open black lens bracket inherit. Close black lens bracket, please choose the power of inheritance. Close black lens bracket. Inherit the Thunder Fruit ability. Close black lens bracket, inherit observation Haki. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket host, Luo Tian. Close black lens bracket, observation Haki. B+ level, close black lens bracket. Armament Haki. A grade. Close black lens bracket, 6 types of physical exercises, grade A close black lens bracket. Swordsmanship. A grade. Close black lens bracket, combat power rating, a grade, close black lens bracket. The integration is successful. Logia Thunder Fruit awakens, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket Devil Fruit has the ability to eliminate side effects, close black lens bracket. Luo Tian, who had already been injured and fell to the ground, was wrapped in this powerful force in an instant. Cells throughout the body are rapidly increased in activity. The injuries on his body recovered at a speed visible to the naked eye. Feeling the powerful force that the body constantly surging, Luo Tian clenched his fists. What a powerful force. I never thought it would be so strong, it's terrible. Luo Tian really feels the strength now and has been promoted by the leap. Directly become the world's first echelon combat power, today's strength. In this sea, there is nothing to be afraid of. At the same time, with a thought, the entire Sky Island was completely in Luo Tian's perception. Now Luo Tian, even if facing Admiral of Headquarters, he is not afraid at all. Both are top Logia demon fruit power and they are all awakened. Observation Haki is the world's top ceiling. Inheriting Enel's knowledge, Luo Tian can also be considered to be at the SS level. Just now when Thunder Fruit's ability was awakened, Luo Tian felt that observation Haki had directly risen a small step again. At the same time, swordsmanship has also been slightly improved. Super strong observation Haki drives swordsmanship awareness. Turn on the system and take a look at your own information. Open black lens bracket host, Luo Tian. Close black lens bracket, Thunder Fruit ability. Awakening level, close black lens bracket. Observation Haki. SS+ level. Close black lens bracket, armament Haki. A grade. Close black lens bracket. 6 types of physical exercises. Grade A close black lens bracket, swordsmanship. A+ level, close black lens bracket. Combat power rating. S+ level. Close black lens bracket the proper combat power of the Emperor's deputy. Just upgrade armament Haki, physique or swordsmanship to S level. Definitely able to achieve a leap and reach the General Emperor level. At this time, the system prompt sounded again. Luo Tian puzzled. How? Congratulations to host, this is the first time you use the function, close black lens bracket. 1 reward package. Close black lens bracket unexpectedly, there are surprises. So Luo Tian quickly opened the gift package sent by the system. Open the package. Close black lens bracket, gift conquerors Haki. Close black lens bracket, whether to merge, close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket is not this nonsensical, of course fusion. Close black lens bracket the moment the fusion is complete. The violent momentum spread instantly and set off. Covering a large area, the Sky Island citizens being swept. Turning his eyes white and losing consciousness, he was obviously stunned by Conqueror's Haki. Conqueror's Haki is promoted based on the improvement of strength and spirit. Conqueror's Haki. S+ level. Close black lens bracket after moving the body, it's time to copy the historical textbook. This is one of the prices negotiated with Nico Robin. After finding the location with observation Haki, it turns into thunder and disappears. The place where Enel fell, after a few minutes. The last god, Goner Fu, brought a group of people to the place where Luo Tian and Enel had just fought. Suddenly startled, that Enel that they couldn't beat anyway was killed? Who is it that has such a powerful ability? That is the person who controls the thunder and lightning, and such monsters will be killed. One can imagine how strong the other party is. Luo Tian doesn't care about the people of Sky Island, what do you think? Looking at the historical stele in front of you, take out the tools you have prepared and copy them all. After all these are done, Luo Tian plans to take a day off at Sky Island. Get acquainted with the tremendous power just gained. Early the next morning, the phone worm he was carrying rang. Luo Tian saw that it was Marco who called. It seems that Blackbeard Diki should have acted, otherwise at this point in time, the members of the Whitebeard pirate group. They rarely call Luo Tian. Luo Tian picked up the phone worm and answered, Moses, I am Luo Tian. It came from the other end of the phone. Luo Tian, I am Marco, something went wrong. That B asterisk 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 Didiki killed Saki for a devil fruit. Now Ace is going to capture Dichi. Maybe to the first half of the Grand Line. It just so happens that you are in the first half, then you will pick up Ace. I am worried that something may happen in the end. Ace's impulsive character is basically known in the Whitebeard pirates. Recklessness like this is particularly prone to accidents. On the contrary, Luo Tian is much safer when he does anything. This is why Marco intends to let Luo Tian take over Ace. Luo Tian. I see, Captain Marco. Say hello to old man for me. After hanging up the phone, Luo Tian looked up at the cloud. It started, the wheel of history, so let's get ready to do a big job next. Luo Tian thought about it, taking over the huge power of the entire Whitebeard pirate group. If you develop yourself, you want to build such a huge pirate fleet. It is also time-consuming and labor-intensive. There are 43 pirate groups under its umbrella alone. When the time comes to take over, he will undoubtedly be able to climb to the top in one step. Coupled with the huge territory, this was also the reason Luo Tian wanted to join the Whitebeard pirate group at that time. Other forces? If you want to take over, there are undoubtedly various problems. If you can directly have a strong strength in the early stage, you will be eager to develop yourself. Besides, after nearly 10 years in the Whitebeard pirates, there are still many feelings. Chapter 5 East Blue, look for Nami. Cleaned up briefly. Crackling, thunder and lightning radiated all over the body. The whole person flew out, moving super fast. Luo Tian feels too cool, this feeling. The speed of Thunderfruit is really fast. There are also many Sky Island citizens, as if seeing a flashing current star passing by. It disappeared in an instant. It didn't take a while to fly out of Sky Island. Through a patch of clouds. Flying fast at a few kilometers in the sky, this is Luo Tian's dream all the time. Although Moonwalk can also fly briefly in the sky, that and this are completely different feelings. Logia awakens, and the entire space thunder element can be used flexibly. Consumption is reduced a lot. Now Luo Tian controls the power of Thunderfruit's awakening. Thinking of Naval Headquarters and Admiral, they are all top Logia awakeners. What a unique advantage, but to be honest, Luo Tian feels that his Thunderfruit is stronger than Marine Sand Admiral's Logia. In terms of attack power, Thunderfruit is no worse than Lava Fruit. Although it is not as powerful as Frozen Fruit, it also has a lightning paralysis effect. The speed can also be about the same as Sparkling Fruit. It also has a special bonus to Observation Haki, such a versatile Logia Thunderfruit. It's not an exaggeration to call it the strongest Logia. Originally Luo Tian planned to go directly to Alabasta to find Nico Robin. However, I thought that I would go to Raftel and turn on the secondary function of the system. A top navigator is definitely needed. The Whitebeard pirate group has many first-class navigators, but Luo Tian can't ensure that they can be foolproof. Luo Tian doesn't want to bet on this kind of thing. Change direction immediately and head towards East Blue. Nami, as the top navigator of the original screen, has top-notch sailing talents. Then Luo Tian can let it go. I don't want to think about the future. On the way to Raftel, I have trouble, and then I am thinking of a way. Lamenting the super-fast speed of Thunderfruit, I thought of it at the same time. No wonder Kizaru likes to be wretched and untuned so much. Sparkling Fruit must account for more than half of the reason. Extreme speed is cooperating with the powerful Observation Haki. It is completely that the world of martial arts can only be broken quickly. Fortunately, Luo Tian is used to preparing everything. There are several recording pointers, after a few hours of flying. Enter the East Blue waters of the Four Seas. This kind of speed on the road, I didn't even dare to think about it before. Now it's done in a few hours. Observation Haki is open to the maximum. With a radius of hundreds of nautical miles, the image appears in perception. Luo Tian had to sigh again. The Thunderfruit bonus Observation Haki is too pervert. It is a pity that Kokoja village did not appear within the range of perception. However, Luo Tian found a few interesting guys, buggy pirates. Kirby in the Elvita pirates. There is also the location of Log Town. This is completely in the perception of Luo Tian's Observation Haki. Luo Tian keeps searching while flying, even if he has the super strong Observation Haki like Go. It can't be perfect. Suddenly in perception, a merchant ship was robbed by a pirate group. The sound of the radio wave. Catch the thief woman. Found it. Luo Tian didn't need to think about it, and knew that it must be Nami. In a place like East Blue, that ordinary woman dared to steal something under the hands of a pirate? Except for the little thief cat Nami, there is no one else. Turn the direction and move forward at full speed. On the sea, violent lightning drags the airwaves. Whirring. At the same time, the people of this pirate group were just preparing to rob a merchant ship. One pirate discovered that their treasure had been stolen. So there was a mess, and before the robbery started, their treasure was robbed first. Suddenly all the pirates were blushing. Nami didn't expect it to be so lucky. I thought they had already begun to act, and the stolen treasure would not be discovered at this time. I was found by someone who suddenly went to the bathroom. Nami feels that today is the day with the worst luck. Go on, grab that woman. At that time, I will sell it directly. Dare to steal Lousy's bounty of 3.5 million Bailey from him? The captain of the pirate is very angry. Usually those civilians, when they see him, are not all scared to death. A woman? Dare to break ground on his head? Nami also turned around and shouted, "A-hole, I won't be caught by you." What Nami is thinking about now is how to escape here, although he has made preparations. But things were suddenly caught off guard. Those people on the merchant ship were trembling with fear. He didn't dare to speak, after all, those pirates could kill people without blinking. Suddenly a bolt of lightning fell in the sky. Snapped. The lightning dissipated, and Luo Tian's figure appeared on the deck. The sudden scene attracted everyone's attention. In fact, Luo Tian's way of appearing on stage is too unique. It's completely falling from the sky. Luo Tian looked at Nami. Nami in this period still has short hair. "I found you, top navigator, Nami. I'm here to invite you to join my team. The troubles you worry about, I will solve them easily." Luo Tian was straight to the point and sent out the invitation. Including the problem of solving the evil dragon pirate group, this kind of miscellaneous fish, it will be solved in an instant. As for the rubbish pirates who were planning to catch Nami, Luo Tian didn't even look at them. Said it was a pirate, strength is the same level as ordinary people. Chapter 6 Go to Kokoja village together. For the first time, Nami didn't believe what the person who suddenly appeared in front of him was saying. I don't know him at all. Over the years, Nami has been cautious despite being careless. In addition, I hate pirates in my heart. In Nami's eyes, pirates are all evil. At the same time, the aura brought by Luo Tian is too strong, and everyone feels pressure invisibly. At this time, the captain of the pirate plucked up the courage and said loudly, "Boy, who are you?" "This woman, but stole Laozi's treasure. Do you want to take her away? No blame for killing you." In fact, the captain of the pirate was scared to death, but the treasure was his life. Besides, the young man in front of him is not too old, so where can he be great even if he is great? This is also the reason why Captain Pirate dared to pluck up the courage to speak. Luo Tian turned his head and glanced at the other party. At this time, the banner of the Whitebeard pirate group on the back of Luo Tian's clothes was also seen by the intelligence agents in this group of pirates. The intelligence agent was still the second in command, and he sat on the ground in fright and began to tremble. Stuttered. That is, 4 Emperor's Whitebeard pirate group. That sea monster pirate group, the man of Whitebeard, the strongest man in the world. Why did you come to East Blue? Holding his face with both hands, his face paled with fear. These words were also heard by everyone. The Whitebeard pirates, even ordinary people, have heard of it somehow. Captain Pirate was equally shocked when he heard it. Yeah, how did the big pirates on the Grand Line come to places like East Blue? Little ones, get on the boat and run away together. He didn't want to stay and play against this guy, the way a lightning fell just now. Yunshi is too shocking. 4 or 5, these pirates ran to their pirate boats. Nami did not expect that the shock of the person in front of him was so terrifying. Listening to what I just said, the other party is the Whitebeard pirates, and it's just a crew member. It suddenly occurred to me, does the other party know his own difficulties? The people on the merchant ship thought they were lucky to get out of the wolves. I didn't expect to enter the tiger's mouth again. This group of pirates desperately sailed and escaped. Luo Tian lifted his right foot, and the lightning flashed instantly. Kicked the condensed thunder and lightning energy directly. Squeak. Bang. The laser beam smashed the entire pirate ship to pieces. Big explosion. Nami's mouth almost fell. One blow, destroys that ship. Yeah, it's terrible. Suddenly screamed. Such a terrible person came to her, and Nami felt that the days to come will be gloomy. Luo Tian walked to the face of Nami, who was already frightened. Nami also reacted and fell to the ground in fright. Crawling and rolling, just thinking about fleeing here. Nami just ran a few steps when he felt like he bumped into someone. Oh, it hurts. After being hit, he fell down again. He looked up and saw Luo Tian, dumbfounded. The one who was still behind me just now appeared in front of my eyes instantly. Weeping and said, "Please, let me go. I give you all my treasures, please don't catch me." For the first time, Nami met someone who was more stressful than the evil dragon. Why the fate is so rough is because of the pirate of damn it. Luo Tian. Hey, take me to find the evil dragon pirate group. If you continue to cry, I will throw you into the sea. Luo Tian could see that although Nami was crying hard, half of it was acting. Nami looked up at Luo Tian, this person is really damn it. But the opponent is going to find the dragon pirates, Nami is still eager. I see, I will take you there. In the end, I had to give in. If I could escape, I would never give in. Luo Tian went on to say, go and prepare a small boat, we will go by boat. Luo Tian just rushed all the way, and also wanted to take a break. Although it doesn't consume much, it will be somewhat exhausted. Nami looked at Luo Tian and said, didn't you fly here just now? Take me to Kokoja village, it's fine, why bother to take a boat? Nami knows this thunder and lightning guy can fly, but now let her sail. On purpose. Nami cursed Luo Tian in his heart. Where is so much nonsense, go quickly. Luo Tian stared at Nami. Nami stood up, shook his head, and snorted. The two took a small boat to Kokoja village. But for the people on this merchant ship, this is something that cannot be forgotten for a lifetime. Luo Tian sat on the boat and began to close his eyes and rest his mind. Nami had a brief chat during the voyage just now, and also learned that his name is Luo Tian. A member of the Whitebeard pirate group, the bounty is high and scary. 270 million Baileys. Nami has never heard that the bounty can be so scary. In this East Blue, a pirate with a reward of 10 million Baileys is a big pirate. Luo Tian still said, in the second half of the Grand Line there are hundreds of millions of Baileys offering rewards for pirates. Thinking of there are so many people as terrifying as Luo Tian on the Grand Line. Nami suddenly felt East Blue, so safe, but there is one thing that makes Nami especially proud. Unexpectedly, her sailing skills, even such big pirates, would come to her from the Grand Line. Chapter 7 Hour-long despair in the evening. Luo Tian and Nami arrived in Kokoja village. When the villagers saw that Nami was back, they were also happy to welcome him. Village chief Aegean also walked out, but I saw a young man next to Nami who looked pretty handsome. He said half-jokingly, "Haha, I didn't expect that our Nami has grown up too. I brought my boyfriend back." Nami wanted to greet Aegean at all, and he said something like this if he wanted to. This made Nami almost fall. Luo Tian was also a little embarrassed. Nami directly turned on Lion Mountain's roar. "Aegean, stop kidding me. This be ***********, D, not my boyfriend. The other party just came to find the Arlong pirates, I just brought it here casually." Nami's nature is also directly triggered. "Haha, really? It seems that I misunderstood." Aegean was also a little embarrassed at this time. It turned out to be a mistake. Nami's elder sister, Nuoki Gao, also came out. On the way here, I heard Nami shouting that this pier in front of me is going to find the Arlong pirates. Nuohigo. "Nami, is this too dangerous?" "Murloc, but we are many times stronger than human beings." Nuoki Gao's worry is not unreasonable. I have often seen the strong arm of the Murloc in the past. I also understand that this young man who looks thin and weak, going up to fight with Arlong and the others, is undoubtedly going to die. If Nami hadn't seen Luo Tian's strength, he couldn't believe it. Humans can be as strong as that. It is completely a monster, able to control thunder and lightning. This is the power of nature, as expected of the big pirate who came over on the Grand Line. So he said, "Don't worry, Luo Tian, he is very strong, 10 Arlongs together, it's useless." Nami is not worried at all. Luo Tian will lose, it must be impossible. The power to destroy a ship with a single foot, does Arlong have it? Nuokagao and Aegean heard that Nami said so firmly. I also choose to believe in Nami. Nami can't hide anything from them. When Nami and the others were chatting, Luo Tian has already used observation Haki to lock all the owners of the Dragon Pirate Group. Walk towards Arlong Paradise. Upon seeing this, Nami hurriedly followed Luo Tian. The same goes for Nuoji Hai. The two Murlocs guarding at the gate of Arlong Paradise saw so many people coming directly from the villagers of Kokoja village. "What are you trying to do? Rebellion?" Just about to speak, he was killed by a sudden sword light. Luo Tian took out the knife to close it, but it only took a short second. But just this scene made the senior Nuoki speechless in shock. The movement here also caused the dragon pirates to enjoy themselves inside. Arlong sat on the big sofa and saw a young man and Nami taking the lead. "There are more villagers?" Frowned. I looked at Luo Tian. It didn't matter if I didn't look at it, I was shocked when I saw it. "Isn't this Luo Tian from the Whitebeard pirate group?" Suddenly got up from the sofa. Said, "Why did the people of the Whitebeard pirates come to my site? Could it be that your Whitebeard pirates will also occupy this place? This is the only thing Arlong can think of, occupying the territory. Isn't this what the pirates did? But this matter is already big," so he gestured to the person next to him. "Tell Marine to come over." The Whitebeard pirate group came to East Blue from New World. The intention is to know nothing, but this is his Arlong site. Even the Whitebeard pirates did not back down. Luo Tian was also aware of Arlong's intentions, but didn't stop it. Anyway, he solved it all at once. After scanning, all the Murlocs said, "Today, I'm here to invite Nami as a navigator. However, it seems that because you are particularly an eye-catcher, I eliminated you easily." Luo Tian still admires Arlong's courage a little bit. In the face of a powerful enemy, he is not afraid at all, and a bit arrogant. "I don't know, if I don't know how big the power gap is, it's just ignorance. If you are really not afraid, then I don't know." Arlong smashed the floor and said angrily, "Don't think you are a member of the Whitebeard pirates, I am afraid of you. You are not even the captain, so I am not afraid." Arlong also knew Luo Tian, but based on previous attempts. People who are not the captain of the team can't go there. As a Murloc of a good race, don't be afraid. Luo Tian smiled. "Ha ha ha. Interesting. Then get ready and accept the sanctions, Murloc." Luo Tian drew out the Liangkuai knife and rushed into the Murlocs in the crowd instantly. The life of a Murloc is the life of a Murloc when the knife goes up and down. Arlong. "Stop it. B***************. Arlong also rushed up, just approaching Luo Tian. With a backhand, Luo Tian cut off the arm that Arlong had hit. Arlong was rolling on the ground in pain. "Ah, it hurts, my arm." Arlong regretted it at the moment, and really shouldn't provoke such an enemy. 3 Murlocs were killed in less than a minute, including Arlong. Nami, Nuokagao, Aegean and others have sailed down. There is a battle here, it's just a one-sided massacre. Leaving these 3 people is to give Nami and others a chance for revenge. This is also to increase the success rate of Nami's admission. Luo Tian really didn't want to waste his tongue, went to Pala Pala to say a bunch of things, and invited. Take the knife back into the scabbard and say, I will leave the rest to you, Nami. After you're done, come find me. Luo Tian finished speaking, and left without looking back. Chapter 8 Nami's heart knot untied. Luo Tian waited outside for almost 10 minutes or so. Nami and Nuohigo were both out. At the same time, when Nami saw that she had cried just now, she was still very sad. As an older sister, Nuohigo is stronger. Wiping his eyes, Nami walked to Luo Tian and said, Thank you, Luo Tian, for giving me a chance to avenge myself. Aren't you going to recruit navigators? I am willing to join. Please advise me a lot in the future, Nami said, bowing to Luo Tian and thanking him if there was no Luo Tian. I don't know how to truly get rid of the control of the Dragon Pirate Group. Even if it really collects 100 million Baileys, give it to Arlong. Nami is also not sure if he can buy Kokoja village in the end. Let Arlong let go, but now everything is over. This kind of fact came too suddenly, and just met Luo Tian for the first time. The other party solved all this perfectly. Both Nuohigo and Aegean kept Luo Tian and must stay for one night. It has to be a good dinner. Luo Tian didn't shirk either. After all, the time is not in a hurry, there is no such a day's time difference. Luo Tian. However, it is better to deal with some miscellaneous hair first. Miscellaneous hair refers to marine, the marine led by the mouse colonel. Originally, what Luo Tian said about miscellaneous hair, Nami and Nuoki did not think of it. But seeing the noise of footsteps outside, I knew it was marine. It's the Colonel Mouse that makes the entire Coco village particularly annoying. If there wasn't this rat Colonel, damn it, it is impossible for the Dragon Pirate Group to deprive all nearby villages so unscrupulously. Colonel Mouse brought a group of marine soldiers to Kokoja village. Earlier, Arlong informed someone that he planned to mess up the business, so what happened? Colonel Mouse happened to be nearby again, so he rushed over immediately. After I came here, I didn't know it, but I was shocked at first glance. Why are the people here celebrating the killing of the Dragon Pirates? If the Dragon Pirate Group is killed, after that, how can Colonel Mouse increase his extra income? Colonel Mouse. Listen to me, no one is allowed to move. If you disobey the order, don't blame this colonel for shooting. These damn people saw him come here as Colonel Marine. Even if you don't welcome it, are you still indifferent? Do you look down on his Colonel Rat so much? Then let these people see how good he is. Suddenly fell to look at him. Turn around and look around. I didn't recognize it at the first glance, but at the second glance, I recognized Luo Tian from the Whitebeard Pirate Group. After all, there is a bounty of 270 million Baileys. Sometimes you can still know if you pay attention. No, the people of the Whitebeard Pirates, how come they come to a place like East Blue where birds don't shit? Luo Tian used a shave to move quickly, invisible to the naked eye, and disappeared. When others react, Colonel Mouse's head has moved. If Colonel Mouse can speak, I will definitely feel aggrieved. I will not say a word, stay like this and be killed. The Marines next to them were all frightened. Ah, your Colonel. Flee. That guy, even Colonel, dared to kill. Some of the more courageous Marine soldiers were frightened and started to flee. After all, this kind of person who follows Colonel Mouse, no matter what, can't get there. What kind of superiors are there, and the inferior ones will not make much difference. Luo Tian just kills the main staff Colonel Rat. The rest, let them go back to report. It's time to show strength. Nami and the others didn't hesitate to watch Luo Tian even kill Marine. Sure enough, the pirates on the Grand Line are different. If in East Blue, the pirates will choose to run away when they encounter Marine. In the evening, Luo Tian eats a lot. Wandering alone at sea and wanting to eat a few good meals is also more troublesome. Now that you can have a good meal, you must let it go. Nami really let it go and drank it completely. Forget how long it has been so easy. For a long time, the Dragon Pirate Group has been pressing on Nami's head. At the end, when Luo Tian was going to rest, Nami found it. Nami. Luo Tian, I want to thank you again. Not only saved me, but also saved the entire Coco village. I will follow you as a navigator in the future. Nami has made up his mind to follow Luo Tian. Repay Luo Tian with the navigation skills I learned. Luo Tian looked at Nami and responded, well, go back and take a good rest. I will leave early tomorrow morning. Be prepared. The rest of your life will be full of thrills. Don't be so scared that you want to go home. There will definitely be more battles in the future. At the same time, the war on the top that is about to be fought, it won't work if Nami is vaccinated in advance. Nami directly put his hands on his hips and said with an air, don't think that you are strong enough to underestimate me. I am Nami, and I have experienced it for so many years. Are you afraid of what you said? Nami knew that to be with such a powerful man. The future battles are very fierce. If you are not mentally prepared, Nami will not take the initiative to say these things to Luo Tian. Chapter 9 Baroque Studio. Luo Tian did not choose to set off with Nami by boat. Instead, he hugged Nami directly with one hand and flew to Alabasta from the air. This saves time. At the beginning, Nami was screaming non-stop. After all, flying at high altitudes above kilometers. For Nami, it's completely scary to the point of being scary. When passing the red line, Luo Tian also found 7 warlords of the Sea Hawkeye Mahawk, hunting down the Creed pirates. Hawkeye, who was sitting on the coffin ship, also noticed that someone swept over. Look up into the distance. Luo Tian had to sigh, he deserves to be the world's largest swordsman. Really sensitive perception. At the same time, Naval Headquarters Marine Fodor. Marshal Marine, Sengoku's office. Tap your finger on the desktop. Just ask the Marine soldiers to notify the Crane Vice Admiral to come over and discuss. After Crane came in, sat down beside him. Sengoku, little Crane, you are here. Let's talk. What's the matter, Sengoku? Suru also wanted to know why Sengoku was suddenly worried. The members of the Whitebeard pirates appeared in East Blue. We also killed the colonel of our East Blue Marine branch. The murderer is Luo Tian, offering a reward of 270 million Baileys. It's also a relatively famous newcomer. What I worry about is the meaning behind it. Whitebeard pirates, do you have ideas about the world? If it is, we have to respond. Sengoku said a lot at once. Especially the actions of the 4 emperors group, let alone the pirate group of the strongest man Whitebeard. For this man standing at the top of the pirate, Sengoku had to deal with it carefully. After he listened, he folded his hands before the table. It is still difficult to judge the exact actions of the Whitebeard pirates by relying on such a little information. Crane thought about it for a while. Said, this Luo Tian can't be in East Blue for too long. Sengoku, let's figure out the other side's route first, and then see if we need to take action. But the bounty can be increased appropriately. Sengoku understands what Suru said, in places like East Blue, it is impossible for the Whitebeard pirates to occupy the territory. Yes, there may be things, people or things in need. Sengoku followed Crane's words and said, don't rush for the bounty. The Whitebeard pirates have moved a lot recently. I also heard that there were traitors in the regiment, and chasing troops were also sent. We have to strengthen our forces so that these pirates can't let the Sea of Cholera sail down. Finally, Sengoku and Suru were discussing some things again. Luo Tian and Nami also arrived at Alabasta. Looking at the environment here, it is indeed a desert kingdom. But Nami was different, he was paralyzed on the ground, unable to move. Luo Tian helplessly rubbed his head with his hand. Obviously it was reduced to a minimum while flying, and it was all like this, and Nami couldn't stand it. If it breaks out to fly at full speed, you can't just vomit. Transfer Nami to and find a cool place to rest. Luo Tian, who sat down to rest, also spread observation Haki. The huge Alabasta, the entire seed is within the range of perception. If there is no thunder fruit, even if the normal observation Haki exercise reaches the top level, it can't cover such a huge area. Increase the range by hundreds to thousands of times. Focusing on the rain, Luo Tian knows that this is the crocodile base camp. Nico Robin is the most likely to appear here. As long as there is news from the airwaves, actions can be started. In addition, I thought that Nami would be able to recover soon. In the end, I rested for several hours and watched it get dark. Then we can only wait for the action the next day. Nami ate the dry food he brought out and said, I will never let you fly again next time. Almost didn't faint me? Get up the next morning? Just go to Luo Tian and Nami and go to the rainy place. One night last night, Nico Robin's location has been found out. When I came to UD, there were many Baroque members on the periphery, and these members would also report to the unknown personnel one by one. Luo Tian and Nami are no exception. Luo Tian would not care about these small movements at all. The final news was reported to Nico Robin. Robin looked at the profiles of the two, especially the man among them. Are you from the Whitebeard pirates? Robin didn't dare to deal with such a character privately, and could only report it to Crocodile. Walked to a secret place, about a few minutes later. Crocodile, bold and grandiose, sat on the sofa smoking a cigar. I saw that the person here was Nico Robin. Asked, what are you doing here? Is there something? Now that Nico Robin is here, there must be something, as usual. Although Crocodile and Nico Robin are subordinates, they rarely meet each other. Nico Robin rationalized and said, 2 unknown people came, a man and a woman, and that man is a member of the Whitebeard pirates. So come over and ask you, what should I do? This kind of in-depth question is better left to Crocodile to make a decision. In this way, it can be less troublesome afterwards. This kind of rise to the 4 emperors and Shichibukai issues, Robin will choose to protect himself. The Whitebeard pirates? That man's subordinate, Crocodile said, his face was not very good. Back then, it was directly suppressed by Whitebeard, which kept the spirited Crocodile still fresh in his memory. Henshi said, let Baroque Studio go and solve these 2 people. Whitebeard is here, and Lousy is not afraid, let alone under him? The members of the Whitebeard pirate group dare to step into his sand crocodile territory, and teach him how to behave. Here, he Crocodile is the absolute king. Chapter 10 Robin shocked. After Nico Robin retired, he notified the Baroque Studio cadres including Alabasta. Go to intercept Luo Tian and Nami. A group of people appeared in front of Luo Tian, and it was Bonus who took the lead. But Nico Robin hid on the side, watching secretly. Luo Tian glanced at these people on the opposite side, they are all Baroque senior agents. It's really a bunch of strange-looking people. If Crocodile doesn't take the initiative to come out, then send all his men to hell. Luo Tian stepped out step by step, continuously accelerating forward. On the way, the Vice Admiral knife is pulled out of the scabbard. No high-level Baroque agent can escape Luo Tian with one blow. Robin, who was watching from a distance, was stunned. This person is so strong. I also deliberately checked the information of this person just now. A member of the Whitebeard pirates, offering a bounty of 270 million Baileys. Only one member has become so strong, facing the Baroque studio that has made the enemy frightened. It's like cutting melons and vegetables. Nami is almost used to it. Luo Tian is a monster in Nami's eyes. Killed more than 10 members of the Baroque studio in a row, leaving the last bonus. Bonus was also terrified, but forcibly stabilized his mind, thinking that the opponent was a swordsman. Then he is the nemesis of the swordsman, and his whole body is slashed. Even if you are a powerful swordsman, it is not effective against me. I am the nemesis of all swordsmen. Luo Tian killed more than 10 people, and there was no trace of dust on his body. Looking at Bonus and said, quickly cut the fruit, it is indeed a devil fruit with good potential. However, if you think that relying on one devil fruit can restrain all swordsmen, then I can only tell you, the frog at the bottom of the well, sit and watch the sky. Shave. Single sword. Sakura Hana cut. Luo Tian instantaneously crossed a distance of more than 10 meters, and the space seemed to be frozen. Before Bonus could react, Luo Tian had already appeared behind him. From the head to the lower body, there was a cut mark. Bonus couldn't even speak, so he fell directly to the ground. Nami exclaimed excitedly, Luo Tian, you are too good. It's all spikes. Although I have seen it, I can't help being shocked when I see it again. Too strong, too shocking, to be around such a powerful person, there is no need to be afraid of danger. Robin, who was observing in the dark, held his mouth with his hand. Looked at Luo Tian in surprise. In Robin's eyes, these are considered powerful senior agents of the Baroque studio. In front of that man, there was no resistance at all. Is the Whitebeard pirates too strong? Is it so strong for a single crew member? Not to mention those team captains and Whitebeard, the world's strongest man. Or, is Luo Tian in a powerful special type? I still felt that the gap between 7 warlords of the sea and 4 emperors was not very big. It is only now that I understand that the gap is so big. The other party must have come to Crocodile, they have to find a way to escape here, it is not safe anymore. Just about to move away, I heard Luo Tian's voice coming. Nico Robin, do you want to leave secretly like this? I came to Alabasta and I came here specifically to find you. So, just wait wherever you are, otherwise, don't blame me for using coercive means. When Robin wanted to leave, Luo Tian's observation Haki was locked. I also noticed that Crocodile had already rushed here. It happened to be solved all at once. Robin had just taken a step before he was stopped. He didn't expect to hide it so concealed. I was still discovered, and this feeling of powerlessness was still felt in that Admiral of Headquarters Aokiji. Now I feel it in a young man, invisibly locked in by a breath. All Robin can think of is that the other party is for her knowledge. Being able to read the text of history is of great importance, and even the world government has been pursuing her continuously. Now it was discovered by members of the Whitebeard pirates. Crocodile turned into flying sand and arrived here. Finally landed on a house, he still had a cigar in his mouth. Looking at Luo Tian with cold eyes, this damn guy killed all his men. The old man Whitebeard, now he stretches his hands too long. I really thought my sand crocodile was a bully. Kill you today and give the head to the B*********** D Whitebeard as a gift. Crocodile can't wait to get into New World right now. I challenged Whitebeard. I haven't played for a few years, really consider him mud? Luo Tian doesn't care what emotions Crocodile has. There is only one purpose, and that is to bring Nico Robin into the group. Crocodile, I come to Alabasta with only one purpose. Take Nico Robin away, whether you agree or not. Agree, then everything is easy to say. Disagree, then don't blame me for killing you. Just treat the crocodile warning as a breeze, and directly as the purpose. Robin in the dark, hear this. I thought in my heart, as she thought, this person came to take her away. The only hope now is that the two of them will wait and fight, and they will lose both. In this way, you can seize the opportunity to escape. Otherwise, no matter the two sides, whoever wins, then she will be very difficult. Crocodile. It's not a small tone, little devil. When Lousy challenged Whitebeard, you didn't know where to drink milk. Teach you how to be a man today. Crocodile looked at Luo Tian, that kind of defiant eyes. The more you look, the greater your anger, just a small boatman. Even if Whitebeard himself came, Crocodile was still correct. Chapter 11 Thunder fights Sand. Sand Crocodile is crushed. Crocodile turned into flying sand. The palm of the hand gathers the sandstorm and shakes it hard. Shalan. Use force to form a sandstorm, control its direction of travel, and intensify as the storm progresses. Sweep towards Luo Tian. Luo Tian looked at the sandstorm approaching quickly. Turning around and shouting at Nami. Nami, go find a place far away and hide, lest you be affected. I will end the battle quickly. Nami was caught by the sudden flying sand, after hearing Luo Tian's voice. I see, Luo Tian, be careful yourself. Nami ran away quickly. Luo Tian jumped into the air. The palm of the right arm condenses thunderfruit energy. The thunderstorm broke. The palm of the hand shot out, and the lightning burst out like a flame jet. Bang bang bang. The thunderstorm energy overwhelmed the sandstorm and went straight to Crocodile. Crocodile looked at himself before hitting Sha Lan, and was immediately counterattacked back. The lightning shock wave buried Crocodile entirely. The momentum continued, sweeping all the way, and all of them were swept away with a diameter of more than 100 meters. Nico Robin can't believe it. Is this true? Crocodile was defeated like this? Isn't he 7 warlords of the sea? Impossible to be so weak? When all the dust is gone, the dust on the ground slowly and continuously gathered into a figure. Crocodile appeared again. I am not consciously grateful, but fortunately I am Logia demon fruit power. Otherwise, it would have killed Crocodile Half-Life just now. Luo Tian didn't feel a pity. The current armament Haki was not strong enough. It is not yet possible to surround the Logia attack. Otherwise, Crocodile could be seriously injured just now. However, after a brief encounter, Luo Tian has confirmed one thing. That is Crocodile's two-tone Haki, which has faded away. If observation Haki is still there, it can respond in time. Obviously, Crocodile just failed to respond in time. Just use Logia elementalization to avoid damage. After Crocodile's body fully recovered, he said, your ability just now was also Logia. It's still thunder fruit that hasn't appeared in hundreds of years. Really a lucky person, with the same power as Logia as me. Originally, Crocodile was still very confident to be able to win Luo Tian. But now it's more difficult to say, at the same time Logia capable person. In battle, it is not so easy to tell the winner. Luo Tian saw Crocodile, but he still hasn't figured out the situation yet. Said mockingly, Crocodile, it seems really for so many years. It has made you forget what conditions a strong person really needs to have. That is, Haki. Someone who even forgets how to use Haki. Destined to be eliminated by the sea. Luo Tian shone with thunderlight all over, and then his body disappeared. He appeared beside Crocodile, his palm turned into a hand knife. Snapped. It hit Crocodile's shoulder and the sound of broken bones sounded. Click. Extreme speed brings an increase in attack power, and Luo Tian's attack instantly increases several times. Ah! The whole person flew out and knocked over several buildings in a row. The Thunder Fruit ability cannot yet entangle armament Haki. It can only be attacked in close quarters, otherwise Crocodile is sand, and it won't have much effect at all. Luo Tian once again took advantage of the victory and pursued it. Crocodile vomited a mouthful of blood. Apparently the blow was not lightly injured. Damn it. B***************. D. Lousy is a sand crocodile. Just you kid, you still want to defeat Lousy? Go to hell, Desert Sword. Crocodile disregarded his own image, stood up, and aimed at Luo Tian who rushed over. Directly issue a powerful Desert Sword. A dusty knife with a diameter of several tens of meters slashed towards Luo Tian. This kind of attack seems to be powerful, but it has no effect on Luo Tian. Lightning gleamed, snake-like teleportation, and instantly dodged the Crocodile Desert Sword. Crocodile eyelids are twisted. Have all the tricks been avoided? Not to mention, all the actions of Crocodile are completely within Luo Tian's observation Haki foreknowledge. Crocodile wants to hit Luo Tian, which is simply a dream. Lightning kick. Luo Tian, who appeared next to Crocodile again, kicked Crocodile out with a kick. Crocodile's entire face was deformed by Luo Tian's kick. Bang bang. Boom. He was kicked more than 100 meters away, and finally hit the stone wall before he stopped. Nami, who was watching the game, was so excited that his hands were flying. After all, as long as Luo Tian is stronger, Nami feels that his future risk will be lower. On the other hand, Robin was not hiding anymore, but stood up. His face was stunned. Slowly said, I thought Crocodile was 7 warlords of the sea, so I shouldn't lose. The result was not an opponent at all, it was all crushed. 4 Emperor's pirate group? If you join the Whitebeard pirates, don't you need to be afraid of marine and world government? Even Robin himself did not expect that his thoughts had begun to change unconsciously. In fact, Luo Tian's strength stunned Robin. In the past till now, I have joined a lot of forces, and basically I have not dared to confront marine or world government. Even 7 warlords of the sea crocodile, some behavior. I didn't dare to touch marine's bottom line too much. It can only be done secretly, or Robin's own inner thought is to find a safe place where he can escape his life safely. But I also know that there is no way to understand the text of history, and it will definitely be targeted by various forces. This is an unchangeable destiny. Depending on the situation, Crocodile is defeated, so he can only find a way. How can I survive better under this person? Chapter 12 Crocodile died in action. Crocodile was lying on the ground, gasping for breath. The whole head is blank, I can't remember how long it is. How long hasn't been crushed by a person like this? The whole memory is only Whitebeard. Unexpectedly, now he is just a subordinate of others, also crushing himself. I was also taught a lesson by a young kid, never been so embarrassed. Even if he challenged Whitebeard and was crushed, the opponent was the strongest man in the world. But who is Luo Tian in front of him? Just one of Whitebeard's men. It's been a long time since I found the feeling of fighting. Crocodile's eyes gradually returned to light. He got up and patted the dust on his clothes. I tidied the big back head again. Light up the cigar again and take a deep breath. Luo Tian watched Crocodile's series of actions without interfering. To be honest, Luo Tian also wants to try and see what Crocodile is in the strongest state. After the increase in strength, it is rare to encounter a decent opponent if it is a decadent. There is no need to waste too much time. Mainly think of the original scene, after Crocodile came out of Impel down. The strength is soaring all the way, it's all about restoring the spirit of the past. A breeze blows. Luo Tian and Crocodile looked at each other. The two figures disappeared. Bang! Luo Tian kicked out and collided with Crocodile's golden hook. It looks a little bit, Crocodile. The corner of Luo Tian's mouth aroused. It's rare to be excited, so that's interesting, otherwise, if you kill a decadent crocodile, you always feel like something is missing. Crocodile's eyes were full of black lines. Boy, wait for me to make you unable to laugh. Boom. 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 Luo Tian didn't use the strong advantage of observation Haki, but chose to fight head-to-head with Crocodile. Crocodile is also using the long-lost two-color Haki again. It's just that I still can't reach the peak, but even so, Luo Tian played very well. Originally, both Nami and Robin were in a field battle of more than 200 meters. Now I have to stay farther away from the battlefield. The destructive power of Logia is amazing. The entire battlefield was filled with sand, dust and lightning. Both Luo Tian and Crocodile brought the Devil Fruit ability to the ultimate. However, Luo Tian did not use the power of awakening. There is no need. Once used, the entire area will be turned into a minefield. What Luo Tian needs now is to have a good fight. The entire battle area, as well as Alabasta, was shocked. There is really too much movement in the fighting. It won't work without being alarmed. King Crown Bra knows that 7 warlords of the sea crocodile is at war with a powerful enemy. Information about the battle continued to spread throughout Alabasta. Guan Bra also wants to know who is fighting Crocodile. After many inquiries, I learned that the other party was from the Whitebeard pirates. New World 4 Emperors, the men of Whitebeard, the world's strongest man, are fighting 7 warlords of the sea crocodile. Guanbula also knows some news that it hasn't rained in Alabasta for many years. It might be Crocodile behind the scenes. Now I don't even want to help in the past. Instead, he informed his daughter who was away, Princess Weiwei, to return. The battle between Luo Tian and Crocodile has lasted for more than an hour. Even if Crocodile regained his former fighting state. And Luo Tian didn't make a 100% full effort, but he has always had the upper hand. The entire combat area, within a radius of 1 kilometer, was destroyed everywhere. Luo Tian rushed forward quickly and kicked Crocodile in the chin. There was a brief blank in Crocodile's head, mouthful of blood dripping and vomiting. Originally, Luo Tian had been seriously injured, and Crocodile was directly injured completely. Crocodile was still being kicked in midair, finally fell heavily to the ground. Crocodile was unable to get up again. Although Luo Tian also fought for an hour, he was never hit by Crocodile. Super observation Haki, plus ultimate speed, innately invincible. Crocodile was about to fall apart. It hurts terribly to move it. His eyes stared at the sky blankly. Lost, in a one-on-one battle, lost. In order to advance to the New World, he was defeated by Whitebeard when he was most energetic. Thereby exiting New World and coming to the first half of the Grand Line Paradise. Unexpectedly, many years later, it failed again, this time it failed. Crocodile has already understood that there will be no room for him to survive on the Grand Line in the future. This sea is the cruelest to losers. Become One Piece? Then you have to defeat all the enemies all the way, and be undefeated in the end to become the king. Crocodile slowly closed his eyes. Luo Tian walked to Crocodile's side. Crocodile heard the footsteps and exhausted his last effort and said, "What is your ambition?" Luo Tian glanced at the sky and replied, "In the future, I will take over the Whitebeard pirates. After that, head to the land of all pirates' dreams, Raftel. Finally kill the world government and become the king of the world. That said, there is nothing wrong with it. Follow the system prompts to enable new features. It is to finish these routes." Clock laughed loudly. Ha ha ha. Ahem. Ha ha ha. Ahem. Even if he kept vomiting blood, Crocodile couldn't stop laughing. Unexpectedly, the old man Whitebeard would stop before the throne. "It's his son. Your ambition is big enough. Being the One Piece, is becoming the king of the world? No wonder you are coming to snatch Nico Robin from my hands. Ha ha ha. Take it. I'm not ashamed of Crocodile to die in the hands of a man like you. I really look forward to the picture of the world government being overthrown in the future." Luo Tian looked at Crocodile and was determined to die. A lightning bolt condensed in his hand and shot through Crocodile's heart. "It really died in the hands of my Luo Tian, you Crocodile is not ashamed." Chapter 13 Purpose achieved. Luo Tian came to Nico Robin. He opened his mouth and said, "Nico Robin, not bad, I am satisfied that you did not run away. But you can rest assured that I won't betray you, it doesn't matter if you want to confirm it. You will know it after you see it, and it will serve as a reward for you to join. I will give you a copy of the historical text. At the same time, here, Alabasta, there is also a piece of historical text, you know. I will take you there too. Around the world, I also know where some historical texts are located." Luo Tian offered his price to Nico Robin. For this kind of person who has gone through the years of darkness, feelings and so on are all shit. Unless you have experienced something that is particularly hard to forget, you don't have to think about it at all. First tie it up with interest and talk about the future things later. Originally Luo Tian came over, Robin was already very nervous. Unexpectedly, such a sentence came suddenly. But think about it, the pirates who mixed in New World are still in the Whitebeard pirate group. It is impossible not to know the location of some historical texts. But Robin, also worried about the other party, would use these, just like Crocodile. Want to occupy the 3 ancient weapon? Robin would never agree to this. These are all weapons that can destroy the world. Once they fall into the wrong hands, the consequences will be disastrous. Take a deep breath. I promise to join, but you can't limit my freedom. Including the historical text, there are some things I won't tell you. Robin still feels that there are some things that need to be stated clearly in advance. Avoid time and unnecessary trouble. Yes, I am not interested in doing this kind of thing for restricting your freedom. Including the 3 ancient weapon, I won't even ask about it. But you need Robin to interpret the 4 pieces of road sign history text. Luo Tian didn't care about the demands made by Robin at all. When it is time to be able to interpret, just 4 pieces of the historical text of the road signs will do. Luo Tian's ultimate goal is not for what Raftel secrets. It is to turn on the next function of the system. Robin heard this. History text of road signs? When I was young, I also heard the doctor say something. It's the historical text needed to go to Raftel. All of a sudden, Robin thought of a lot. Does the other party plan to? Or is it that Whitebeard, the captain of the Whitebeard pirates, intends to become the One Piece? These Robin didn't dare to ask, so he held it in his heart. I am also afraid that the wrong question will cause Luo Tian to have a bad impression of her. At this time, Nami also ran over. With a carefree personality, he said, "What are you talking about? Luo Tian, don't you just fall into this beauty? With me, you still don't think it's enough, and you provoke women everywhere? Isn't it because I intend to use it strong? My complexion seems to be a bit unpleasant now." Nami felt that she had become familiar with Luo Tian, so she spoke more liberally. But thinking that Luo Tian should be planning to join others, but it looks like. This lady, her complexion was not particularly good, she wondered if Luo Tian had used any ugly means. Luo Tian almost didn't get choked by Nami. It has been so many years since joining the Whitebeard pirates. Although the interior of the Whitebeard pirates is very harmonious. But at the very least, it won't be too exaggerated, the people below are joking directly at the people above. Still so unscrupulous. Alright, Luo Tian can be regarded as an insight today. As long as he doesn't show up, in the original scene, Nami dared to punch directly at the captain. That way, Luo Tian might really. Robin was also amused by the conversation between the two of them. Such a powerful person will have no alternative. It seems that Luo Tian is not as scary as previously imagined. At least I can accept it more comfortably. Nami ran to chat with Robin. All the purposes Luo Tian came out this time were finally completed. Fortunately, the speed is fast enough, otherwise, if you wait until Nami and Robin join the Straw Hat Pirates. At that time, we had to dig the foot of the wall again, and it is estimated that the difficulty will increase by 100-fold. It is estimated that only accept, forcibly snatched. Luo Tian intends to take Nami and Robin to find the king of Alabasta. Let him take it to the mausoleum to see the historical text. Although Luo Tian observation Haki is powerful, it cannot cover everything. Robin laments that Nami's experience is also so gloomy. It is not easy for you to survive in such an environment. The dragon pirates in East Blue Marine, indeed, damn it. Fortunately, you met Luo Tian and rescued your Cocoa West village. After Robin heard about Nami's past, his impression of Luo Tian has become defensive. Putting aside some, at least it has been able to confirm that Luo Tian is not a bad person. Although it is a pirate, it is not the wicked pirate who does all things evil. Nami. Robin, you don't have to do this either. You are more pitiful than me. You have lost your hometown since you were young, at least my hometown is still there. I had a bad impression of Marine, but now world government and Marine are simply the hills along the way. Unexpectedly, he was able to ruthlessly wipe out a holy place for studying. Now Nami's impression of Marine and world government is plummeting. Even people's entire hometown can be destroyed. It's the kind of Ohara who are all scholars. Two people who were originally strangers, after a short conversation, it became a sister relationship. Luo Tian, who was walking in the front, had to sigh the magic of women. This is best, without having to adjust the relationship personally. It's the guy Guanbula who is already waiting. Chapter 14. Robin wondered. Luo Tian also understands the text of history. Guan Bula looked at Luo Tian. In fact, he couldn't avoid fear in his heart. The person who can kill Crocodile head-on is definitely not a simple person. The polite introduction said, "Hello, I am the king of Alabasta. Thank you for solving Crocodile. This country does not rain all year round because of Crocodile. In fact, there is no evidence for these things, but now Guanbula has directly said all the speculations. Just to be able to follow Luo Tian's meaning and please Luo Tian. It is also really helpless, as the king of a kingdom. Guanbula also knows that some people still can't directly offend. If he was killed, he would die in vain, and he would never get his life back. The main thing is to find out what the purpose of this person came to Alabasta in the end. Luo Tian looked at Guanbula, worthy of being a kingdom, a king. Very smooth, but maybe Guanbra is going to be disappointed because of the things he is worried about in his heart. It's just superfluous. Luo Tian. Mr. Guanbula, take us to the tomb of your royal family. The Robin next to me is going to read the historical text. Guanbula did not expect that the other party's purpose is this. I hesitated for a while, but then it was decided. Okay, Mr. Luo Tian, please come with me, but I have to promise me one thing, that is, in addition to watching the historical text, other things. Just watching the text of the history, it can be considered within Guanbra's expectation. Now that he has agreed, he will directly take Luo Tian and the three of them to the mausoleum. Everyone walked for about half an hour, finally arrived at the Alabasta mausoleum. Guanbula also brought Luo Tian and others to the text of history. These mausoleum buildings around, they are all very old. At this time Guanbula consciously chose to avoid it. Robin began to concentrate on interpreting the historical text. Luo Tian and Nami couldn't understand them, so they didn't bother Robin. Robin looked particularly engrossed. It has been 20 years since he fled at the age of 8. Seeing the text of history again, it is inevitable that I feel a little excited. Time slowly passed. Robin also learned from this historical stone tablet that it was a recorder of the whereabouts of the 3 ancient weapon plutons. I thought that if Luo Tian didn't intervene halfway, he would find it by then. Then Crocodile will definitely try to get the information in the historical text. But now I am fine, and I can study the stone steel of the historical text with peace of mind. After the interpretation, Luo Tian, Nami, I'm all right. You can leave here. Now that you have finished reading it, you can prepare to leave. Luo Tian saw that Robin had done it, so he walked over. He took out the folded copy of the historical text stone monument on Sky Island and gave it to Robin. Robin, I got this from Sky Island. You watch it by the way, too. Robin took the folded copy that Luo Tian handed over. Open again to continue interpretation. Although I continued to interpret it in depth, my heart became more shocked, and I interpreted to the present. The contents of the 2 historical stone stels are records of ancient weapon. It was shocking. 1 Pluton, 1 Poseidon. This makes Robin start to wonder, does Luo Tian want to get ancient weapon? Otherwise, how come this new one is used to record ancient weapon? Unable to help the doubts in his heart, he asked, Luo Tian, do you also want to get the 3 ancient weapon? Robin had to confirm this matter again, otherwise he felt uneasy with Ben. Luo Tian is also puzzled. Why did Robin ask about this again? He asked with doubts. Why do you say that? Luo Tian wants to know, what exactly is the purpose of Robin's question again suddenly? About the copy of the historical text stone tablet you gave me, Robin said briefly. Luo Tian's reaction speed is also considered relatively fast. Think of why Robin suddenly said this. It might be thought that the copy given to her also records ancient weapon. Replied with a smile. I thought it was the reason, it turned out to be the case. Don't worry, Robin, here is ancient weapon Pluton in the Alabasta mausoleum. As for the one I gave you to read, it records Poseidon. Poseidon is the Fishman Island, the mermaid princess who will only appear in 800 years. Now, the mermaid princess has been born and is 14 years old. Take a good exercise, maybe you can control the strength of Sea Kings faster. Luo Tian told Robin about what he knew by the way. But what Luo Tian knows is only about this. Robin stared at Luo Tian with wide eyes. Unbelievable. Shocked and said, Luo Tian, tell me, do you also understand the stone inscription of the historical text? This has to not let Robin doubt, Luo Tian also understands the text of history. Because what Luo Tian said was exactly what Robin had interpreted by herself just now. It's almost inseparable already. Haha, Robin, how'd I understand the history text, if I do? I don't have to ask you to interpret it, I just happen to know this information. Okay, destroy that copy, you've already seen it anyway. Luo Tian teased Robin, but still thought it would be better to destroy the copy. Just know the content. Robin chose to believe the answer given by Luo Tian. After all, this is also true, if Luo Tian understands the historical text, there is no need to find her at all. Luo Tian can do it himself. It seems that as before, Luo Tian has little interest in ancient weapon. Otherwise, just know the information of the mermaid princess on the Fishman Island. It is impossible to let go, the mermaid princess who can control the power of Sea Kings. Chapter 15 Marine is shocked. A meeting is held. Luo Tian, Nami and Robin chose to rest for a few days in Alabasta before starting. Let Crown Beulah prepare a better fine boat. On the next journey, Luo Tian could not take Nami and Robin to fly. That's too much trouble, not to mention, it's not convenient. News about the death of 7 warlords of the sea crocodile. It is also spreading out at extreme speed, although 7 warlords of the sea is the identity of the pirate. But it represents the face of the world government. At the same time, Naval Headquarters Marine Fodor. Sengoku once again held a meeting because of Luo Tian's affairs. This time it was more serious than last time, and all senior generals were called for a meeting. This situation is already quite serious. Sengoku heard the news that 7 warlords of the sea crocodile had been killed. I thought it was a mistake, but after repeated confirmation, I learned that he was indeed killed. It was so difficult to replenish the complete balance of the third power, and it was just broken. Sengoku can't wait to shoot Luo Tian directly and the Whitebeard pirates. What are the Whitebeard pirates going to do recently? Big moves are so frequent. If one person in 7 warlords of the sea is defeated, naval headquarters will not go so far. The main reason was the direct death, and at the same time, the members of the Whitebeard pirate group in the 4 emperors group. This will cause a series of chain reactions. The 3 powers are balanced, and they may be shattered at any time. The meeting was held mainly to discuss deep-seated issues. Headquarters Vice Admiral came over 10 people, flying squirrels, ghost spiders, fire mountain and so on. The famous naval headquarters Vice Admiral, including Admiral, the 3rd highest combat force in the headquarters, all rushed back to participate in this meeting. Garp and Suru, both basically in naval headquarters, both came to the meeting room early. Together with the 2 alternates Admiral, Momosagi and T-Dolphin, they all returned from the Holy Land Marijoy to the naval headquarters to participate in the meeting. It can be said that this meeting directly brought together all of Marine's top combat capabilities. When everyone is finished, they are all seated. Sengoku glanced at the crowd. There was Kizaru who was arrogant, and Aokiji, who seemed indifferent. Just Akainu is better. The highest combat power in this class, it feels really difficult to bring. He used to be Sengoku when Admiral. Not like they are now. It's just a Garp that doesn't pay attention to it. Forget it, business matters. He cleared his throat and said, this organization of the meeting is not just my opinion. The world government also asked us Marine to hold this meeting. This makes people who don't know the cause of the matter feel confused. What is this going to do? So serious? Is it for New World 4 emperors? Many parts of the people sitting below think of this. Sengoku paused for a few seconds and then continued. 7 warlords of the sea crocodile was killed. The one who did it was Luo Tian, a member of the Whitebeard pirate group. When Sengoku said this, all the people who were sitting in an instant were in an uproar. Kizaru said wretchedly, it's terrible. I didn't expect that Sand Crocodile was killed in action. Will you do it directly on naval headquarters next time? Kizaru has always been relatively unfocused, and everyone is more aware of it. But then again, this matter has already involved the face of the world government. Akainu slapped the table and said with a fierce look, if he dares to come, I will melt him with magma. The same goes for all the Whitebeard pirates. The old days of Whitebeard should have ended long ago. Including his sons. Alala, Sakazuki, you can't talk nonsense about this. If the entire Whitebeard pirate group comes over, then naval headquarters may be destroyed. Although Aokiji was squinting, he listened to everything. Just like Akainu, Marine is not afraid, but it can't afford too much loss. Because there are too many pirates in this sea, Marines are needed to suppress them. If Marine makes too much error, it will undoubtedly cause riots in the entire world. Akainu glanced at Aokiji and said, are you scared, Kuzan? Sengoku looked at Akainu and Aokiji, and the smell of gunpowder continued to rise. So hurriedly stopped. Well, you two, stop talking. Now it's a plan to discuss, not for you to come here to fight. As the supreme leader of Marine, Sengoku also has to give face as Admiral. He has been continuously analyzing this incident since just now. Think of a key question. Looked at Sengoku and asked, according to his strength, Luo Tian shouldn't be able to beat Croc. What is the reason? He mentioned this, the generals who were still in shock. I also admire the general staff of He, who deserves to be Zhonghuan's spice. They did not think of the problem in time, and Vice Admiral came out and quickly thought of the key to the problem. Originally, Sengoku wanted to continue to talk about this issue. Who made these unreliable Admiral just now, interjecting indiscriminately? It made him Sengoku, and he missed it. Following the question raised by the crane, he replied, according to the news sent back. Pirate Luo Tian, get Logia Thunder Fruit. This devil fruit ability, I don't need to talk about it. Everyone knows his great power. In fact, to be honest, Luo Tian obtained the Logia Devil Fruit, which claims to be the strongest. It is no less than Devil Fruit from Naval Headquarters 3 Admiral. Garp sat aside, quietly clasping his nostrils. In my mind, is it the same power as Ace or Logia? Also considered a lucky guy. All the Marine generals all showed such expressions. Owning Logia Thunder Fruit and killing Crocodile is also quite remarkable. Chapter 16 Blackbeard designated Luo Tian as a prey. Naval Headquarters Marine Fodder Meeting Room. It was negotiated to increase Luo Tian's bounty to 500 million Baileys. In addition, in New World, we plan to increase our forces and monitor all the actions of the Whitebeard pirates. At the same time, it is ready to dispatch Admiral, the highest combat force of the headquarters. The reason why Admiral was not dispatched immediately was that Admiral was dispatched once. Then the Whitebeard pirate group behind Luo Tian might act. This is what worries Naval Headquarters. Those with Thunder Fruit ability, only in terms of speed, it is possible for Kizaru to be dispatched to be able to catch it. As for Akainu and Aokiji, Sengoku did not give too much consideration. If you can't catch it, it will only embarrass Marine even more. Newsbird took the latest newspapers and flew all over the world. Some people on the Grand Line who received the newspaper in advance. Picking up the latest newspaper and looking at it, I was dumbfounded. Unbelievable. One of the 3 forces, 7 warlords of the sea crocodile, died? The murderer is a member of the Whitebeard pirate group, Luo Tian? Is this the world preparing to start unrest? I hope world government and Marine can respond in time. People, they have all been publicized incessantly before, and the 3 major forces maintain order and balance. Now that a corner has collapsed, a series of chain reactions may follow. Not only here, but also various voices in other places. New World, Dressrosa. Doflamingo also received this latest newspaper. I watched it as usual, but I haven't watched it for a while. He sat up straight. He, interesting, that B********* D sand crocodile was killed. Or a good ordinary member of the Whitebeard pirates? You really disappoint me, Sand Crocodile. Victory is justice. Failure. Is this your fate, Sand Crocodile? Doflamingo can be considered a pirate in the same period as Crocodile. It is also 7 warlords of the sea, and is now killed by a kid. Crocodile is just a loser. Have you been killed by a junior? It's a shame to be the 7 warlords of the sea with him. Lousy is still a zombie soldier focused on me, Oz the Majin. Gecko Moria doesn't care about these things at all, and only focuses on creating zombie soldiers. Violent Kun Shang thinks more, the balance breaks, the next move of world government and marine. Will the Revolutionary Army be involved? These are all Violent Kun bears, questions that are now in mind. Hydra Island. Mother-in-law Niu always pays attention to the latest newspapers. Today, Amaterasu often picks up the newspaper as before. Halfway through, my eyes bulge. It's time to find Snake Ferry. This not only affects Snake Ferry, but 9 Snake Island may also be affected in the future. After living for so long, some deep-seated problems can still be detected in an instant. At first glance, even if the same 7 warlords of the sea crocodile were killed in battle, it would have no effect on the Snake Girl. But a deeper problem is related to the face of the world government. The person who shot was another person from the Whitebeard pirates, the strongest man in the world. As long as his son is moved, no matter who it is, he will be hunted down to the end. This is recognized by the sea. At this time, Mahawk, the world's #1 swordsman in East Blue, was at Mahawk. I also asked for a newspaper from Newsbird. It seems that the world government is passive now. Thunderfruit capable person? It's a good devil fruit. In Haki, there is only Kendo, something like devil fruit. In the powerful devil fruit, none can compare to the breakthrough in swordsmanship. Jinbei also saw this latest newspaper. Do you get the same Logia devil fruit as Ace's brother? Not bad, it seems that the team over there is stronger. However, if you are not afraid of 10,000 yuan, you are afraid of what happens. It depends on what the world government does. If the world government is decisive, the Whitebeard pirates might go to war with Marine. It should not be possible. It is impossible for the world government to make a big fuss for Crocodile. That would be more than worth the loss. In Jinbei's heart, he didn't want it. Marine and Daddy Whitebeard went to war. Revenge for Crocodile is simply impossible, nothing more than it is impossible for the sake of face. Blackbeard pirates. Blackbeard Di was still thinking about how to make an empty seat in 7 warlords of the sea. Unexpectedly, someone would do it for him without having to do it himself. Blackbeard Titch threw the newspaper away. Laugh out loud. Thief ha. Is that kid Luo Tian? Really got a good ability? Thunderfruit, but even if Devil Fruit's abilities are strong, it is useless in front of me Dark Fruit. It just so happens that you are in the first half of the Grand Line, not by the side of Whitebeard, so don't blame me for doing it to you. Blackbeard Diki exudes ferocious eyes. Treat Luo Tian as prey completely, if the opponent is inside the Whitebeard pirate group. What to say, Blackbeard Diki didn't dare to act rashly. But are you alone? Don't blame bad luck then, was stared at by him. Lafitte looked at the hidden excitement of Captain Blackbeard. Said, Captain, it seems that our goal has been locked. No need to guess, Lafitte also saw that Captain Blackbeard had already focused on Luo Tian. Blackbeard glanced at Lafitte. Thief ha. But Burgess kept waving his fists and said, do you want to fight? Why haha, this is my favorite. Poison Q directly interrupted Burgess and said, you grab the captain's prey. Be careful and get killed first. Burgess can't wait to knock Poison Q over with a punch, this mouth is really annoying. This is destiny. Van Oka tapped the sniper rifle on his shoulder. Chapter 17 Ace wants to fight Luo Tian. Ace, who pursued the traitor Diki, also just arrived in the first half of the Grand Line. But not to buy the newspaper in person. It just happened to be resting on an island, and I heard people discussing here. Some words caught the attention of Ace, Whitebeard pirates and Luo Tian. So Ace walked over. Hello, can you show me the newspaper too? Ace was very polite and asked if he could have a newspaper. The people looked back at the questioning young man. One of the sharp-eyed people suddenly let out a scream. He is Fire Fist Ace, captain of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard pirates. I reacted to the rest of the people and looked at it carefully. I really have the stamp of the Whitebeard pirate group on their backs. Please forgive us, we will give you all the money, don't kill us. Yes. It's terrible, did the Whitebeard pirates march into the first half of the Grand Line on a large scale? Ace was also wondering, he didn't do anything to these people either, as for being afraid of this? But he continued patiently, you have misunderstood, I just need to read the newspaper. Newspaper, give it to you. He quickly handed the newspaper in hand to Ace, and the people ran away in a hurry. Ace didn't care about the people running away, but seriously picked up the newspaper and watched it. After all, this is about the Whitebeard pirate group and Luo Tian. Ace is also very caring. As I watched, I smiled directly. Yes. Luo Tian, kill the 7 warlords of the sea crocodile. When you meet at that time, we must have a good drink with you. As a companion, Ace is really happy. In retrospect, in the time on the Moby DK ship, I often had 2 drinks with Luo Tian. It was also deeply shocked to Luo Tian's hard-working spirit. To be honest, even Ace himself hasn't worked so hard. They are all relying on continuous fighting to improve their strength. Since Ace got the Logia Mera Mera fruit, he just coughed from Daddy Whitebeard. Since then, the development of Logia Mera Mera fruit has been continuously deepened. Unlike Luo Tian, the pursuit of balance improvement, physical skills, swordsmanship, and Haki must be exercised in place. However, Ace felt that as long as the Mera Mera fruit was developed to the strongest level, he would be able to defeat almost all enemies. Sometimes Luo Tian will remind him to exercise Haki. But Ace didn't care too much about it. Sailing in the sea would have to be happy. Originally, Ace thought that Luo Tian would never be able to eat devil fruit in his entire life. Because more than a year ago, when he got a devil fruit, Luo Tian just didn't eat it. I didn't expect Luo Tian to eat devil fruit now, still having the same Logia ability as him. Luo Tian, wait and see when the time comes, your Logia is great, or mine is great. Ace couldn't help but want to fight Luo Tian. In the past, Ace was able to easily defeat Luo Tian, but now he can finally fight well. New World, Red Hair Pirates. The whole ship is having a banquet, and Red Hair Pirates are basically having a banquet anytime, anywhere. Shanks, who was drinking and eating meat, frowned when he saw Beckman read the newspaper. So he asked, "What, Beckman, is there any big news?" Beckman put down the newspaper and lit a cigarette. This time the situation is quite special. It is said that it is serious and it is serious, and it is not serious and it is not serious. Luo Tian, the crew member of the Whitebeard pirate group, killed 7 warlords of the sea crocodile. After all, this is not a dispute between ordinary pirates, but the second of the 3 major forces, which has collided. It depends mainly on the attitude of the world government. If you don't pursue it, it's not a big deal. If it is held accountable, war may break out. After all, you are also Whitebeard's character, and you will never allow anyone to hurt his son. Shanks put down his glass. His expression instantly became serious. If the world government wants to do anything, I will stop it. Never let the situation worsen. But when it comes to this, the guy Chi can't bear it anymore and has already begun to act. It's the kid Ace, who is so violent, I'm worried that something will happen. It seems that someone needs to be sent to the Whitebeard pirates to send a letter to Whitebeard. Shanks has always tried to balance the sea. After all, the time has not yet arrived. If the world is in chaos, it will disrupt Shanks's traditional arrangement. Lackey Lu next to him said excitedly, "Boss, are we going to set sail?" Then act quickly. Fight with the Whitebeard pirates. Don't look at Rikilu being fat and honest, but he likes to fight. Ha ha ha, Rikilu, we are not going to fight. However, I'm going to let Raktas send a letter to Whitebeard first. If you lead the whole group, act rashly to meet with other 4 emperors groups. You don't need to think about it, the world government will definitely be unable to sit still. In order to avoid trouble, it is reasonable to let your hands deliver the letter first. Just joined Red Hair Pirates, Raktas soon heard that Shanks' boss asked him to deliver the letter. He jumped up and said, "Don't worry, boss, leave it to me," and promised to complete the task. Raktas didn't want to let go of this opportunity to become famous. On behalf of the 4 emperors Red Hair Pirates, come forward to see how much face you have. Those who go out are all prestigious. Everyone saw that this newly joined crew member was so active, they all laughed. Shanks looked at Raktas seriously and said, "Then leave it to you, Raktas. I am waiting for your good news." The original scene did not have Luo Tian. Now with Luo Tian, some things have undergone some subtle changes. This time Redhead and Whitebeard met earlier. Blackbeard also did not customize the Straw Hat Luffy, but replaced it with Luo Tian. Chapter 18 Luo Tian Famous. At the same time, Whitebeard pirates aboard the mobile. Everyone, come and see. There's news about Luo Tian. This time Luo Tian is very famous. A little pirate, because he was in charge of receiving the newspaper, he was the first to see this news. What news? What news? Look at it quickly. Immediately attracted the attention of everyone on board. The captains of the squad also gathered around. The companion is famous, of course they have to take a good look at what shocking news Luo Tian has done. Marco took the newspaper. While reading it, he said, Luo Tian has become demon fruit power. It's the same Logia as Ace, thunder fruit ability. At Alabasta and Crocodile, they fought and won. At the same time Crocodile was also killed. The bounty has also been raised to 500 million Baileys. Marco did not say all the contents one by one, but directly picked out the key points. The 11th Division Captain Jin Guduo made a collision with his fist. Then he said, "Great, our Whitebeard pirate group is stronger, let's see who dares to challenge us in the future. Even if it is 7 warlords of the sea, it hasn't been killed by our Luo Tian boy." Everyone is discussing things about Luo Tian non-stop. I want to see the thunder fruit ability, this devil fruit with the title of the strongest Logia. However, although Marco is happy for Luo Tian to gain powerful strength. But I can't help but worry, now Luo Tian and Ace are both in the first half of the Grand Line. It can be said that it is the main venue of naval headquarters, which is not an exaggeration. Once the world government is determined to dispatch a large marine fleet, it may be dangerous. But they didn't dare to act blatantly against them, the Whitebeard pirates. Whitebeard was hanging a bottle in the recuperation room. Pulled off the various hanging pins on his body, got up and walked out. When everyone saw Daddy Whitebeard coming out, they all said hello. Father, 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 Whitebeard laughed, ooh-ha-ha-ha. Sons, is there news about Luo Tian? It's all there, Marco, show it to me. Marco gave the newspaper in his hand to Father Whitebeard. After Whitebeard took the newspaper, he watched it carefully. No matter what his son did, as long as he didn't violate morality, it wouldn't be a big deal. Can you beat that kid Crocodile? After going out for a few months, my strength has improved a lot. Ha ha ha, Marco, call Luo Tian then, pay attention to safety outside, and let him come back early. Whitebeard is the legend of the sea, Luo Tian killed Crocodile. He knows more than anything about what kind of post-fruits it will cause. But as his Whitebeard's son, there is nothing to fear. Just be bold. Luo Tian is also this time, directly using the prestige that was originally unknown. He rushed directly to the whole world, to the extent that he knew it. Fame and Wokuan Ace were almost the same all at once. Both are very young and both are Logia-capable people. The same members of the Whitebeard pirate group, this makes the various forces. It seems that seeing the Whitebeard pirates is planning to take it to the next level? Alabasta. Guanbula also prepared the ships Luo Tian needed. Today is also the day to set sail. Nami and Robin, including Princess Wei Wei who has just returned. They are all discussing about Luo Tian's news and bounty. When Wei Wei just came back, she saw Nico Robin still full of malice. After understanding, they also solved the misunderstanding. Robin is the Grand Master, various ways of communicating and getting along. So a few people soon became one. Guanbula found Luo Tian and said, Mr. Luo Tian, the ships and supplies are all ready. You can go anytime. Yeah, excuse me, Guanbra. Luo Tian is also polite to Guanbula. Guanbula smiled and said, where is it, Mr. Luo Tian, these are all things that should be done. After all, you helped Alabasta to solve Crocodile's problem. Luo Tian used to call Nami and Robin to leave Alabasta. Sitting on the newly assembled boat, it feels good. The level of luxury is really good, maybe it's a bit worse than the sailing speed. But not in a hurry. At this time, Nami curiously asked Luo Tian. Luo Tian, your bounty has risen to 500 million Baileys. Don't you have anything to say? Or something to celebrate? This really puzzled Nami. In the past, once the pirates raised the bounty, they would celebrate wildly. On the contrary, Luo Tian felt nothing the same. Robin also said, maybe Luo Tian has this kind of personality. Nami heard Robin's words and thought about it. Luo Tian found a comfortable position to lean against. He replied, don't guess there anymore, it's only a bounty of 500 million yuan, not too high. When Nami heard this, he was unhappy. What is a bounty of 500 million Baileys, not how high it is. Luo Tian looked at where Nami changed his face, so he continued, like Daddy Whitebeard, his bounty is 10 times that of mine. 5,046 million Bailey, what do you think, Nami? Luo Tian told Nami of Whitebeard's bounty. 5 billion. 5 billion. Oh my god. What kind of monster is this? There are 5 billion bounty people, it's terrible. This amount of reward scared Nami. Suddenly Nami felt like he was a frog at the bottom of the well before. In places like East Blue, pirates like Arlong, bounties of 20 million Baileys, are the highest rewards for pirates in East Blue. Now I know that some people can offer more than 5 billion rewards. Chapter 19 Take away the Pluton design. Luo Tian and his group, the route they took. Departing from Alabasta, after more than half a month of sailing, we arrived at the city of Seven Waters. Some things, Luo Tian has forgotten a lot. It was only after coming here that I remembered that there was a Pluton design inside Frankie's body. Since I passed by here, there is no reason to pass up the opportunity to get the Pluton design drawings. Nami found a suitable place for the ship to dock. After docking, Luo Tian said, Nami and Robin, you two, you can go to the island to replenish some supplies. I'll take care of some things. There is also Robin, you have to be careful, here in the city of Seven Waters, there is a CP9 agent hidden. But don't worry, if they dare to do something, I will send them to hell. Luo Tian intends to get back the Pluton design drawing, and also tell Robin about the hidden CP9 of the Seven Waters. It is also for Robin to raise his awareness of prevention. Even if something unexpected happens, don't worry, Luo Tian will cover observation Haki over the entire city of Seven Waters. When CP9 has any malicious actions, Luo Tian will directly take action. If not, then ignore them. Luo Tian doesn't have so much idle time to do things that don't make much sense. What Luo Tian was going to do, Nami and Robin did not ask. However, Nami is more curious about what CP9 Luo Tian said. So he asked, Luo Tian, what is CP9 you are talking about? Unlike Nami, Robin's heart is not so peaceful anymore. Robin, the CP organization of the world government, was very impressed. Over the years, they have often been hunted down by them, so I know the more special CP9 in the CP organization. In addition, there is the strongest shield of celestial dragons, CP0, however, this is generally unknown to people. Luo Tian didn't go to explain more, instead, he said, these, you'll know when you ask Robin, Nami. Which organization these belong to, Robin is relatively clear. Okay, I'm leaving. Be careful yourself. After purchasing the supplies, come back early. Even if Luo Tian can protect the safety of the two of them, there is still a lot of protection, and it must be protected at all times. Both of them have to learn to protect themselves. Especially when you are a pirate on the Grand Line, you will lose your life at any time without two brushes. In addition to being strong, not everyone is strong. Luo Tian took the lead to jump off the boat and walk towards the Frankie family. At what position, there is no way to escape Luo Tian's observation Haki perception. In addition, Nami began to ask Robin all kinds of curiosity. Robin originally thought, don't tell Nami that something is too dark. I also thought that if I didn't understand this, I would definitely suffer in the future. So he explained patiently with Nami while walking. At this time Frankie was taking his little brothers, drinking in Haki. I didn't expect that someone would already be watching him. At this time, the door to the big room was pushed open, and Frankie and the boys saw someone walking in. A little brother beside Frankie whispered beside him. Brother Frankie, that person seems to be Luo Tian from the Whitebeard pirates. It's the person who killed 7 warlords of the sea crocodile some time ago. What should we do now? Frankie let himself sober up as much as possible, then stared. It is really that, known as Luo Tian who controls thunder and lightning. But even if this person comes, want a drink? I shouldn't find it here either. Is it? Curiously asked. Mr. Luo Tian, did you come to me to build a ship? Frankie can only think of this, and the others simply can't think of what Luo Tian will do for him. Luo Tian did not answer Frankie. Instead, Conqueror's Haki leaped directly and swept the entire room. The space fluctuates and fluctuates. Everyone flipped by Kugan up instantly and lost consciousness. One by one fell to the ground. Together with Frankie, they almost lost consciousness, but they were not much better. Kneeling directly on the ground, holding on with both hands. Oh, what was that just now and why did it cause me such a huge sense of oppression? Frankie didn't even realize what Luo Tian did just now. Everyone around him fell down in an instant. He himself, his entire head was dizzy. Raising his head hard and looking at it, Luo Tian. Is this the big pirate who was offering a bounty of 500 million Baileys, so strong? It was only at this moment that Frankie understood how powerful the person opposite was. The kind that can't be resisted at all. Luo Tian's eyes narrowed. Said, it seems that you are not bad, you can barely bear my Conqueror's Haki. Just now, Conqueror's Haki was compressed in this room. Even this way, Frankie couldn't be stunned. It shows that at least in terms of will, it is fairly firm. Step by step towards Frankie. Frankie was also scared, thinking in his heart, wouldn't the other party be here to kill him? It seems that I haven't offended the other party either. Luo Tian kicked Frankie to the ground. Putting Frankie's stomach directly with his hands, it collapsed. Bang! Frankie is a semi-transformed person, so just now, there was no real pain at all. But his eyes widened and looked at Luo Tian. He is here to take the Pluton design drawings. Difficult to say. You can't take him away, otherwise it will bring and destroy the consequences. Frankie was scared, and he had protected the Pluton design for half his life. Luo Tian replied, I know better than you, what this is, the 3 ancient weapon, Pluton design drawings. Anyway, you must have memorized the information on this design drawing. It's useless to keep it, it's better to give it to me. Frankie collapsed. How sacred is the other party? How do you know so much about his affairs? This is the secret of Frankie alone. Luo Tian put the pile of Pluton design drawings on his body, then turned and left. He didn't choose to kill Frankie. It was the best reward for getting the Pluton design. Chapter 20 Rob Lucci is scared. Robin and Nami are on the same street, shopping for supplies. Although Robin had restrained hiding his identity, he was still discovered by Bluno as a CP9 agent. After Bluno discovered Nico Robin, he did not act alone. Instead, it passes the message to Rob Lucci, who was working in the shipyard. Then Rob Lucci took Kaku, put down his job in the shipyard, and found Nico Robin. Robin looked at the 2 strangers who suddenly jumped out. Thinking of Luo Tian's words, the Hidden World Government CP9 organization in the capital of 7 waters. Unexpectedly, it appeared so soon. In fact, if Robin is alone, he still has some confidence to escape. But there is a Nami next to him, so you can't act rashly. Rob Lucci. Son of the devil, Nico Robin, you take the initiative to follow us. I still want us to kidnap you directly, you can choose one yourself. You have to think carefully about the consequences, the one next to you, I can't guarantee your safety. Rob Lucci intends to use the woman next to Nico Robin. Then forcing Nico Robin to submit. Nami was unhappy when he heard this. What does it mean to affect her, and at his own risk? The words are really arrogant. But why Luo Tian couldn't come? I didn't say before that as long as you encounter danger, you will show up. It's not here yet. Nami is already very anxious. On the other side, Luo Tian had known about Robin's situation a long time ago. Just to see how the two of them deal with CP9. Robin is very tangled in his heart now, but he thinks of Luo Tian again. So he calmed down forcibly. It's impossible for me to go with you. Nami, wait for me to hold them both, you find a chance to escape. Now Robin can only take a gamble, betting that Luo Tian can come and rescue her in time. How could Nami leave Robin alone and face the danger alone? Robin, let's stay together to deal with them. I believe Luo Tian is already on his way. Nami's thoughts are basically the same as Robin's. They believe that Luo Tian can come over in time. For Rob Lucci, no matter how hard Nico Robin struggles, it is useless. Destined to be arrested. Rob Lucci then said, Kaku, wait for you to catch that woman. I'll deal with Nico Robin. The most important target, Rob Lucci intends to personally arrest. In Rob Lucci and Kaku, when it comes to action, a flash of lightning and thunder. A figure appeared between the two sides. After Luo Tian appeared, he fell on the ground. Robin and Nami breathed a sigh of relief when seeing Luo Tian coming. Great, Luo Tian, you have finally come. These two bastards absolutely can't let it go. Nami now remembered that the two bastards just now regarded her as prey. Rob Lucci looked at the man who appeared. Then he was surprised and said, Are you Luo Tian? So, Nico Robin is yours. Do you know if you do this, you are tantamount to offending the world government. You'd better consider the consequences. Rob Lucci only now knows that Luo Tian has taken Nico Robin, the son of the devil, as his subordinate. Those who dare to fight against the world government will not end well. Robin was in a better mood, but he was upset by Rob Lucci's words. She doesn't know whether Luo Tian will offend the world government for her. It is different in nature from 7 warlords of the sea crocodile. How can I say the crocodile is a pirate? And she can interpret the text of history, so in terms of price, world government knows nothing. Luo Tian calmly responded slowly and said, World government? Haha. One that will be killed sooner or later, it's just a garbage organization. Now you take a world government that's already laid to press me, you are really interesting, Rob Lucci. Rob Lucci and Kaku were both stunned. Someone dare to say that the world government that has ruled the world for 800 years? Already late? Do you really think that world government is what it looks like? Rob Lucci knows part of the power of the world government. Therefore, Luo Tian in front of him is simply talking and farting. But the enemy is very powerful, Rob Lucci dare not care. Hey, directly enter the human beast form. Kaku is also in a fighting pose. Luo Tian took out a pack of cigarettes that he bought just now, took out a cigarette and put it on. After breathing out the white smoke, he said, The stupidest thing in the world is to see the difference in strength between the two sides. For such idiots, they usually don't survive one episode. Look carefully, how big is the gap between our strengths? Rob Lucci and Kaku know that Luo Tian is very strong. I didn't expect it. Are you so arrogant that there are no borders? Do you look down on them so much? Robin and Nami were also curious about how Luo Tian would do it. Luo Tian's momentum soared rapidly. In an instant, the whole area changed completely with a bang. Luo Tian controlled the range within 500 meters and turned it into a thunder and lightning area. The people who were still around here were frightened and fled. A huge circular lightning area formed. In midair, razor kept entwining, and more razors hovered. Rob Lucci looked around in amazement and looked to the sky, finally looked at Luo Tian. You directly changed the climate. Damn, Kaku, let's run quickly, the enemy is too strong. At this moment Rob Lucci also understood what Luo Tian said just now. The strength gap is indeed huge. In the face of this situation, Rob Lucci has understood that he is not an opponent at all. Originally estimated, but did not expect the fact that Luo Tian is so much stronger than the budgeted one. However, Robin and Nami are around 10 meters away. Luo Tian has already controlled it, and there is no minefield. Chapter 21 Khalifa? Still wiped out. The power that Luo Tian burst out at this time is the Logia Thunder Fruit Awakening ability. Logia awakens and can directly change the climate. Continuously awakening, this city of 7 waters, Luo Tian can finally turn it into a region of thunder and lightning. Luo Tian watched Rob Lucci and Kaku keep running outside. The body rose into the air. You can't escape. Flash electric shock. All the thunder and lightning gathered around the body, spreading their hands. Hundreds of razors surround it, giving people a sense of shock. The movement caused here also attracted the attention of people on the island of the capital of 7 waters. Iceberg, including the 2 CP9 Khalifa and Bluno that did not show up. These people were stunned looking at the picture in front of them from a distance. It is completely the god who controls thunder and lightning. Hundreds of razors gradually turned into white aurora. Push forward with both hands. The lightning electrode burst into light. In the blink of an eye, Rob Lucci and Kaku both stared. Both of them used Type 6 iron body steel. Boom. The resulting big explosion caused strong vibrations across the entire area. At the place of operation, the whole piece is turned into dust. Kaku was killed directly. Rob Lucci had some Zone Devil Fruit abilities. Reluctantly still hung a sigh, but death is not far away. Luo Tian looked at Rob Lucci and didn't even die in an instant? Nice. Can resist his full blow. Stretching out the palm of his right hand, a thunder and lightning spear was condensed. After squeezing it, directly projected from midair, and the target was locked on Rob Lucci, who was still left with a breath. The lightning spear runs through Rob Lucci's neck. Nami looked at Luo Tian floating in midair, turning his head and said to Robin, Robin, how do I feel that Luo Tian is stronger? The whole area of thunder and lightning that was triggered just now, thinks about it, it feels terrible. Robin thought for a while and replied, it shouldn't be stronger, but the previous battle, Luo Tian has not used all his strength. This time it exploded with all its strength, that's why it gave us the feeling that the strength is stronger. Just the last time I fought with Crocodile, so far, they are basically together. It can't be so fast, it can only show that I didn't use my best before. Nami nodded afterwards. Khalifa and Bluno, who watched all this from a distance, were already deeply shocked. Too strong. Rob Lucci, who used to be strong in their eyes, had no resistance at all in front of the opponent. Now I think of it, I have to run away. I'm not sure if the other party recognizes them, but I'm afraid to know. Luo Tian locked in the two CP9s of the City of Seven Waters earlier. Bluno was about to escape with the fruit of the door. Luo Tian appeared behind him, his fist pierced Bluno's heart with high-voltage electricity. Bluno looked back at Luo Tian slowly, and finally lost consciousness and died in battle. Using the electric light again, it disappeared in a flash. Overtake Khalifa, who was running away. Khalifa looked at Luo Tian, who appeared, and was so scared that he was paralyzed on the ground. Begging for mercy, said, "Don't kill me, I am willing to surrender." Khalifa was really scared at this moment. As an agent, he shouldn't be afraid of death. But when we really face the reality, the facts are often unsatisfactory. Khalifa, this woman, although she is also beautiful. But Luo Tian doesn't need it at all. Like Nami and Robin, these two people are necessary, whether it is the navigator needed to travel to Raftel or to understand the text of history. These are all essential factors. It's been over 20 years since it passed to the pirate. I have long understood how cruel this world is. Only the winner is justice. Just like the original scene of the Whitebeard pirate group, Whitebeard was killed, and the entire Whitebeard pirate group was directly fragmented. Luo Tian's palm stretched out and grabbed Khalifa's shoulder. 10 million volts discharge. The powerful high voltage directly wipes Khalifa away from life. Khalifa turned the Byakugan god and fell heavily to the ground. Luo Tian has cleaned up all the CP9 here, and since it has been done, then do it to the end. Look in the direction of Enel's lobby. The thunder shining, the flight started, the destination Enel's lobby, and the remaining CP9 members were wiped out. At Enel's lobby, Spandam was happily preparing to celebrate. Because Rob Lucci has found Nico Robin. Just grab Nico Robin, then Spandam can get promoted and make a fortune. If you are not excited, it is fake. Opened a bottle of red wine leisurely and drank it with enjoyment. Start quietly waiting for Rob Lucci to come back with Nico Robin. The capital of Seven Waters heads to the sea of Enel's lobby. Luo Tian is flying at full speed. Spandam didn't know that there were only a few minutes left in his life. His trump card CP9 has been wiped out more than half by Luo Tian. If you know it, Spandam is afraid of death, already started to prepare to run away. In the sky above Enel's lobby, a stream of light approached extremely fast in the distance. Finally stopped, Luo Tian has arrived at Enel's lobby. Use observation Haki to lock the remaining miscellaneous fish. The last three, CP9 Jabra, took the other two and were drinking. Except for Spandam, they are the biggest here, it can be said to be quite free. Suddenly the door of the room was blown open. Jabra roared. It's that B***********D, he doesn't have eyes. Dare to disturb you, Uncle Jabra, me? Don't want to live anymore? Jabra wants to see, who is so courageous? Luo Tian walked in step by step. Lion and Fukuru also want to know who they are. They dare to bother CP9. After seeing the face of the coming person clearly, everyone's eyes widened. If you don't know Luo Tian, it's fake. I just can't figure it out. How did the other party call Enel's lobby? Chapter 22 Invasion Enel's lobby. Jabra, waiting for the three people, couldn't fight Luo Tian at all. It was killed by Luo Tian in less than half a minute. Luo Tian finished processing, and after these three people, there was only the last Spandam rubbish. At this time, Spandam was drinking red wine leisurely when he heard an explosion. So I went to look out the window. Isn't there where the three of Jabra live? These three idiots can blow up the residence, still continue to drink at my bar. Ha ha ha. Lousy is about to get promoted and make a fortune soon. Halfway through Spandam's words, the whole person started to laugh wryly. But before he finished laughing, he just couldn't laugh, and his entire mouth was twitching. Because a person suddenly appeared in front of me. This person, he really knew Spandam, after all, he just appeared in the newspaper. Ehole, the pirate who was offering a reward of 500 million Baileys, how come to me? What do the seamen under Dam it eat? Everybody is allowed to come here. I warn you, don't mess around, I'm the chief of CP9. Spandam is usually arrogant and domineering. Although I was afraid to see a big pirate like Luo Tian, he was not at all polite in his words. Luo Tian did not answer Spandam's words, but entered from the windowsill. Keep approaching Spandam. Spandam also found that something was wrong. Hastily turned around and started to escape. He doesn't want to die, haven't enjoyed the glory and wealth yet. How could you die here? Later, we must let the CP9 person to torture this Luo Tian well. Luo Tian stretched out the tip of his right finger to condense thunder. Laser. The thunder ray passed Spandam and hit the wall. Boom. The entire wall was directly penetrated by thunder rays, and a huge hole appeared. Spandam was pushed away and rolled for several meters by this explosive wave. Lie directly on the ground and began to tremble. It was so scary just now, Spandam thought he was going to die. Seeing Luo Tian tremblingly said, "Don't kill me, as long as you don't kill me, I can give you money or resources, and devil fruit." Spandam is really scared, and now the golden phone bug is not with him. Don't talk about the golden phone bug. I didn't even bring the phone bug to contact CP9. Facing Luo Tian, who was close at hand again, he had to beg for mercy. There is only one fate, so save your fate first. Luo Tian didn't kill Spandam directly just now, just to get devil fruit. No matter what, devil fruit can improve a person's combat effectiveness. Don't do it for nothing, you can find it yourself, but it's too much trouble. Said, take devil fruit out, I know you have 2 devil fruits here. Don't play tricks, or you will go straight to hell. When Spandam heard this, he knew that he didn't have to die, so he felt relieved. Devil fruit is not devil fruit, it doesn't matter anymore, life is important. At that time, even if the world government was to blame, his old daddy Spandane would be able to withstand it. Master Luo Tian, I will show it to you, please wait a moment. Spandam hurried to a cabinet and took out 2 iron boxes. After finding the key to open, hand 2 devil fruits to Luo Tian. Master Luo Tian, these are 2 devil fruits. You put it away, if there is nothing else, I will leave first. At this time Spandam was thinking in his heart, even if you had life to take devil fruit. But can it escape the chase of the world government? This is a felony to invade Enel's lobby. At that time, the invader Luo Tian must add oil and vinegar to the top. Luo Tian took devil fruit and looked at it. That's right, 1 zone and 1 paramecia. Although I can't tell what type it is, I can guess that it is the zone giraffe shape and the paramecia bubble fruit. Spandam began to move slowly and walk backwards. How could Spandam's careful thinking escape Luo Tian's detection? Sharp gun. Luo Tian pierced Spandam's heart with a lightning lightsaber. Spandam, an ordinary person, simply cannot withstand such a powerful attack. Died instantly. Luo Tian got all the tails. Leave Enel's lobby and fly back to the City of 7 Waters. When I left, Robin and Nami were not notified. So the 2 are still worried. Where did Luo Tian go? How come it has been more than half an hour? At this time Luo Tian fell from the air. Nami saw Luo Tian came back. Luo Tian, you are back, but are you worried about where did you go? Huh? Are you holding 2 devil fruits in your hand? Halfway through speaking, Nami saw Luo Tian holding 2 devil fruits in his hand. This was also the first time Nami saw devil fruit, and it was inevitable to be curious. Luo Tian replied, well, this is my trip to Enel's lobby. Resolve all the remaining CP9, and the 2 devil fruits are also taken there. By the way, Robin, your enemy, Spandam, I also solved it easily. Robin had heard that Luo Tian had gone to Enel's lobby. Would he offend the world government even more? But after hearing that, Luo Tian killed the Spandam for her again. My heart is immediately full of moving if there is no Luo Tian. Just Robin himself, want revenge on Spandam? It's just wishful thinking. Enel's lobby alone is heavily guarded. It is impossible to invade Enel's lobby and kill Spandam. Luo Tian has that ability, and he is mainly willing to offend the world government for her. But then he said, Luo Tian, do you do this? Will it? After all, you are still in the Whitebeard pirates, so offend the world government. It will definitely involve the Whitebeard pirates. If you are embarrassed in your position in the Whitebeard pirates, then Robin is smarter. Luo Tian is not afraid of offending the world government like this. If Luo Tian is a person, that's okay. The relationship involved behind this is very big. Chapter 23 Nami eats bubble fruit. Luo Tian took out the paramecia devil fruit and bubble fruit and handed it to Nami. Said, Nami, this devil fruit, eat it. It can improve your strength and avoid passivity when encountering special situations in the future. Luo Tian just feels that bubble fruit is more suitable for Nami, so he brought this devil fruit back in Enel's lobby. Of course, Nami also knows devil fruit. After all, there are 2 demon fruit power next to him. Become demon fruit power, you can get special abilities. Nami is also very happy. Like Luo Tian, in control of the power of powerful lightning, Robin can transform countless arms. Just eat devil fruit to get these special abilities. Nami took the devil fruit that Luo Tian handed over. Took a few glances. Robin, who was next to him, covered his mouth and chuckled secretly. Nami heard Robin's laughter, wondering, asked, Robin, is there any problem? No, Nami, you can eat devil fruit at ease. Robin suddenly wanted to see what Nami looked like after eating devil fruit. Devil fruit alone can only eat one in a lifetime, but it feels like it will never be forgotten in a lifetime. Nami didn't know why, but he handed devil fruit to his mouth, opened his mouth, and bit down. Devil fruit melts in your mouth. Nami finally knew what Robin's laugh just meant. Can't help but start vomiting. What is this? Devil fruit is so terrible. It's over, I won't be able to eat anymore, it's just like Shang. After taking a bite, the remaining devil fruit was directly thrown out. Don't care if this is devil fruit, if you know that devil fruit is so unpalatable. No matter what I said just now, I would never eat this devil fruit. However, Luo Tian did not fluctuate too much in the whole process. Looking at Nami, who had already eaten devil fruit, he said, Nami, give it a try, devil fruit ability. Devil fruit only needs to take a bite, and at the same time, the ability will naturally emerge. In fact, the moment Nami ate devil fruit, there was already a message in her mind. Bubble fruit ability. Nami raised both hands and rubbed his right hand on his left. Suddenly, a lot of bubbles appeared, forming bubbles. This ability is amazing, it can produce a lot of bubbles. It's very convenient to take a bath in the future. At the moment when Nami used his ability, he thought of the correct use of this ability in the future. Robin was also attracted by Nami's abilities. The ability to be able to facilitate women like this, may I ask that woman doesn't like it? But Luo Tian, didn't it make Nami eat devil fruit for convenience? But at the very least, it forms combat effectiveness. So he said, Nami, now that I have eaten devil fruit, then from now on, I have to spare time every day to train my ability. Including Robin, so are you? Now the strength of the two of you is too bad. At least it must be a marine that can calmly deal with the general level and below. Otherwise, this sea is full of dangers everywhere. Luo Tian won't let Nami and Robin directly waste the opportunity to improve their strength. In addition, Robin might not be strong, but it's still not enough. Excluding Devil Fruit's ability, the foundation is too poor and needs to be strengthened. Luo Tian is not interested in being a babysitter. Nami pursed his lips and said, I know, why are you so serious all of a sudden? Nami now also knows the importance of strength, so Luo Tian asked to improve his strength. Inwardly, there will be no objection, including Robin too. No one was able to guide before. Now there is Luo Tian, who will definitely be able to provide powerful help and strength. At the same time, Enel's lobby has become a mess. The huge door of justice was opened. Kizaru turned into a stream of light and appeared above Enel's lobby. Marines of Enel's lobby, seeing Admiral Kizaru, the highest combat power in the club, found hope in an instant. Great, it's Kizaru Admiral who is here. Yes, Kizaru Admiral, it's so fast. Various shouts continued to be heard, and Enel's lobby, which was already messy, suddenly became orderly. Kizaru looked at the killed CP9 member and spanned him. The reason why Kizaru was so fast, rushed over, it is because the world government notified naval headquarters as soon as it received the news. Sengoku has now put Luo Tian on the kill list. Even if backed by the Whitebeard pirates, the strongest man in the world? It doesn't matter anymore, they repeatedly provoke the majesty of the world government and naval headquarters. Sengoku directly sent the fastest Kizaru to arrest Luo Tian. If you let Luo Tian disrupt the program so much, don't mess up. Kizaru couldn't help it either. 3. Admiral, Kizaru is the fastest, so he can only take on this task. But after I came, I saw that Enel's lobby basically didn't lose anything. Just a few characters died. To put it bluntly, world government and naval headquarters need facial issues. He said, it's terrible, a member of the Whitebeard pirates. Even Enel's lobby dared to invade, it looks like it should be in the City of Seven Waters now. Then the old man will meet you in the past. After Kizaru read the situation here, but the business is to capture Luo Tian. The matters here can be directly handed over to the Marines here. I'll leave it to you here. Kizaru turned around and said to the temporary person in charge here. Don't worry, Kizaru Admiral, I will take care of it. You can rest assured to catch criminals. The person in charge did not dare to let Kizaru Admiral stay and help him with the final work of Enel's lobby. After all, Admiral is the highest combat power, this kind of trivial matter, they can take care of themselves. Kizaru's whole body turned into light. The direction is the capital of Seven Waters. Chapter 24 Luo Tian vs Kizaru. Luo Tian and his group are preparing to return to the ship. All the supplies have been purchased, and it's time to set sail. Suddenly Luo Tian looked into the distance. Nami and Robin are still confused. There is nothing far away, just a blue sky. Luo Tian said quickly, Nami, Robin, you two, quickly find a place to hide. Remember to keep a secret place, and be careful not to expose it. The enemy is coming, Admiral of Headquarters. Wait for the next time to fight, I can't take care of you. Luo Tian's observation Haki has already noticed that a person is approaching at a super fast speed. At the same time, with that momentum and this speed, you don't need to think about it. Admiral of Headquarters Kizaru. Robin heard that the enemy is Admiral of Headquarters, Admiral's terrifying power. Robin has a deep understanding. So worried and asked, Luo Tian, or else, let's escape by boat while the other party hasn't come yet. It is not only because of Marine Admiral's powerful strength, but also worried that the two of them will become a burden to Luo Tian. Luo Tian knows that Kizaru is not someone who is particularly fond of war. As long as they are strong enough, they are not weaker than the opponent in strength. Then this guy will also find an excuse to retreat. No, you go and hide it now. That guy will be here in less than half a minute. Kizaru has been in Luo Tian's perception all the time, so he asked Robin and Nami to quickly find a place to hide. Robin also understands Luo Tian's meaning, the other party is about to arrive if he leaves now. Time is too late, otherwise you will have to fight at sea. Robin took Nami and ran into the City of Seven Waters. And Luo Tian is directly at the port, waiting for Kizaru's arrival. A stream of light across the sky. Admiral Kizaru arrived in the City of Seven Waters, mid-air above. A yellow marine admiral coat, constantly fluttering. The trivial said, You are Luo Tian now, it's terrible. After killing 7 warlords of the sea crocodile, he invaded Enel's lobby and killed all CP9. Are you daring? Or do you think you are backing on Whitebeard, the world's strongest man? That's why you are so unscrupulous? After Kizaru arrived, looking at Luo Tian in front of him, he had already guessed this guy. Knowing that he was coming over, I waited here specially. Inwardly thinking, really think that Marine's highest combat power is Admiral? Is it a member of the Four Emperors Regiment that can resist it? Luo Tian stared at Kizaru unceremoniously and replied, Yes, I am Luo Tian. Kizaru, Paluzolino, meeting for the first time, good fortune to meet. Coming to the pirate world for so long, including after joining the Whitebeard pirates. This was the first time First saw Marine Admiral face to face. The strength of Father Whitebeard, Luo Tian has already seen it. It does have the power to destroy the world. You must take a good look this time. How strong is Admiral? Kizaru was a little surprised and said, Oh, looks like you are ready to fight the old man. Look at the old man. How good are you? I still intend to show Luo Tian some colors. Marine Admiral is a ceiling power if any cat or dog can challenge it. That would be too frustrating. Kizaru disappeared instantly and appeared beside Luo Tian. Kick at the speed of light. The whole foot turned into streamer, and Luo Tian was about to be kicked right away. Luo Tian's observation Haki has long seen Kizaru's every move clearly. Similarly, Luo Tian kicked Kizaru over. Boom. Kizaru. Oh la la, it's terrible. The Whitebeard pirate group, Luo Tian. A shocked expression was revealed, because Luo Tian's strength was not as simple as imagined. You are not bad too, Kizaru. As soon as he shoots, he will attack directly. Luo Tian can't believe Kizaru's nonsense. What's so scary? It's okay to deceive a 3-year-old. Kizaru's hard power is definitely an emperor. If head-to-head, Luo Tian is basically not confident that he can beat Kizaru. For a short period of time, there is still no problem with Kizaru. Whether it is Devil Fruit ability or observation Haki. These are Luo Tian's strengths, which are physical swordsmanship and armed color. These are shortcomings. The City of Seven Waters is a famous shipyard on the Grand Line. There are also some underground reporters above. In addition, Luo Tian had already let them know about the movement caused by Luo Tian's elimination of CP9. Fighting with Kizaru now has long attracted their attention. Including the people, also hiding in a far place, watching. Although they are ordinary people, it does not mean that they are not curious. Admiral of Headquarters, usually rare, is now fighting against the big pirates. It's a pity to miss such a famous scene. Nami and Robin are also watching from a distance. This is Nami saying to Robin next to him, Is that Marine Admiral? It looks so wretched. It seems that the ability is also Logia. You said, can Luo Tian handle it? Nami is also the first time to see Admiral of Headquarters, and he also knows that Admiral is the strongest person in Marine. Knowing that Luo Tian is strong and worried, he asked Robin. Don't say that Nami is worried about this issue. In fact, Robin himself is worried about this issue. But Luo Tian's unhurried appearance gave Robin a lot of confidence. He replied, Believe Luo Tian, from the current situation, Luo Tian is confident to deal with it. Robin said this not only to give himself confidence, but also to give Nami confidence. Nami nodded in response to Robin. Looking into the distance again, Luo Tian fought. Judging from the current situation, it is basically equal to that Marine Admiral. It also gave Nami a lot of confidence. After all, along the way, Luo Tian's performance has always been invincible. Chapter 25 Kizaru angry during the battle. Kizaru also discovered that this Luo Tian observation Haki is quite superb. All his actions can be predicted every time. Observation Haki is pretty good. This old man, I have to admit that in observation Haki's fingertips, you are indeed among the best in the world. However, it seems to the old man that your weakness is also quite serious. Kizaru had a brief encounter with Luo Tian and probably calculated Luo Tian's collective combat effectiveness. Devil Fruit is evenly divided in terms of ability. On observation Haki, although he didn't want to admit it, Kizaru felt that his experience was not as good as Luo Tian's. Just these few points, no matter if it is a physical skill, Kizaru has the confidence to crush Luo Tian. Luo Tian snorted and replied, Kizaru, don't you really think you can take me? If you can do it, try it. Sparkling fruit is fast, but my thunder speed is also not weaker than yours. Luo Tian directly counterattacked unceremoniously, and at the same time, the intensity of the offensive was continuously improved. The location of the entire port of the City of Seven Waters. Being constantly destroyed by lightning and aurora, it has completely lost its original appearance. Luo Tian and Kizaru are far apart from each other. Flash electric shock. Bachichang Guyu, the most powerful move bursts instantly. Hundreds of thunder snakes surrounded Luo Tian, and finally hit Kizaru and left. Razor was accompanied by a violent thunder, cracking. Kizaru faced Luo Tian's ordinary storm-like attacks and counterattacked equally quickly. Folding your hands, it's like playing aurora bullets. Start off with a burst of fire. 2 attacks in midair collided together. Boom. 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 Not a single attack, but hundreds of thousands of times, lightning and aurora colliding. Kizaru still looked at Luo Tian with a wretched look and said, It seems that it is not easy to take you down. This mission is really embarrassing, old man. Kizaru has always relied on its speed advantage to form a suppressive effect. But now it doesn't work at all in front of Luo Tian. Even if you want to win, it will take a while to fight. After fighting, it was not only Kizaru who discovered Luo Tian's strengths and weaknesses. Similarly, Luo Tian also found various data of Kizaru, the general situation. Exclude Devil Fruit ability and observation Haki. Armament, Haki, or physique and swordsmanship, these may Kizaru have not reached the general level. But the gap is not big, basically all around the S+ level. Formerly Admiral Zephyr said that Kizaru's physical skills were not good, and that was only for opponents of the same level. Not opponents of the same level, these are not worse than others at all. After fighting with Admiral of Headquarters for the first time, I realized that these Marine Admiral are basically fully developed. Devil Fruit, physical skills, Haki never pull down. However, Luo Tian was very happy in the fight, if he was still in his previous strength. Luo Tian didn't dare to wave at all, after all, there was only one life, and it was gone after death. This time, it is a world of pirates that kills without blinking an eye, a place where lives will be lost at any time on the sea. Luo Tian answered Kizaru's words just now. Kizaru, you don't think too much, do you? Take me, at least Marine will have to send 2 admirals. The tone is arrogant to the extreme, which means to look down on a Marine admiral. To catch him, Luo Tian, 2 admiral must be dispatched. Kizaru also put away his absent-minded mentality, when admiral has been for so many years. It was the first time that a young man looked down upon Kizaru, even if the situation didn't matter anymore. Also talk about the discourse to Luo Tian, remember it in my heart. Stop catching him, Kizaru was really embarrassed. As the Naval Headquarters' highest combat force, admiral, even a crew member of the Whitebeard pirate group could not catch. Then in the future, in front of Naval Headquarters or world government, it will be engraved with acts of incompetence. He narrowed his eyes and said, the young man nowadays, the old man seems to have to go all out. Otherwise, you won't even be able to catch a kid, then first, Marine Admiral, wouldn't be too unprepared. No matter what today, I must give this annoyance to continue to be an eyesore. Sky Cloud Sword. Kizaru used the sparkling fruit ability to pull out a big lightsaber. Haha. Marine Admiral's full power. Then show it to me. Luo Tian is not afraid at all. But instead of pulling out his saber, he was the same as Kizaru. Use the Thunder Fruit ability to pull out a Thunder Sword. Although Kizaru didn't show any expression on his face, he also knew Luo Tian who was capable of Thunder Fruit. It is also the awakener of Logia Devil Fruit, when. The speed of Kizaru's lightsaber and Luo Tian's Thunder Sword was dazzling. The citizens of the City of Seven Waters who secretly watched the battle in the distance were already dumbfounded. They have ever seen such fierce fighting, between movement, everything is ruining the world. The pirates I usually see in Marine are not of the same level at all. It is estimated that no matter how many people there are, it is useless in front of these 2 people. It's too powerful, that's the Marine Admiral, Naval Headquarters' highest combat power, it's too strong. That Thunder Luo Tian is also a monster, able to fight Marine Admiral without losing the wind. Should I say that I am the son of the New World Whitebeard pirates, the world's strongest man Whitebeard? Damn it, even if they are strong, it doesn't matter to us, let them fight like this, our homeland is the City of Seven Waters. Will it be useful? Can we go up and stop it? We won't be able to get close when we get close, and we may be affected by death. Finally, after the people spoke, they directly awakened the people next to them. This is not wrong at all, the City of Seven Waters is their homeland. There are already many buildings, none of them destroyed, or just because they just attacked the sideball. Can destroy all the buildings. Now I am also worried, the 2 of them are fighting to escalate. For them, it can be quite dangerous. Chapter 26 Sengoku Senzai Okiji out. The battle between Luo Tian and Kizaru has lasted for nearly 2 hours. The intensity of the fight did not drop at all. In the eyes of outsiders, Luo Tian and Kizaru are evenly matched. But only Luo Tian himself, the client, knows the current situation best. In contrast to Kizaru who is still calm and unhurried, Luo Tian has already begun to breathe faster. After all, Luo Tian's strength is not truly reaching the Emperor level. It was quite good to be able to head-to-head with Kizaru for nearly 2 hours and still remain evenly matched. On the port side of the City of Seven Waters, a large area has been fragmented. Kizaru blocked Luo Tian's surprise attack. You said, what's the matter? Pirate Luo Tian, has physical strength started to drop? It looks like it's impossible for the old man to win you in the end. Although Kizaru said so, but in his heart he has completely agreed with Luo Tian's strength. At a young age, his strength is already so strong. Devil Fruit's ability has also been awakened, especially Logia like this kind of powerful power. It is particularly difficult to awaken, not only this, but also Observation Haki. At this point, it is quite difficult to have such a powerful Observation Haki on this sea. In other respects, there are relatively big shortcomings, so it will be upgraded in the future. Another proper pirate is not weaker than the number of pirates of the 4 emperors on the sea today. Luo Tian still shot back. Take me? I can still fight for 10 days and 10 nights. So don't be silly, Kizaru, take it. Luo Tian knew that he couldn't beat Kizaru, but he couldn't lose his momentum. Until now, Luo Tian's physical strength has begun to decline. After all, it is very physically demanding to maintain a high-intensity burst all the time. The 2 have been fighting for so long, and all the news that should be spread out has basically been known to people who have special channels outside. One of the most closely followed is Morgan's. This kind of extremely important news? Morgan's will let go of the ghosts and expose the eyeballs, so he will be very busy when he is busy. At the same time, Naval Headquarters Marine Fodder. Sengoku also received news that Kizaru and the pirate Luo Tian have reached a deadlock. Sengoku in the office did not expect that Luo Tian's strength would be so powerful at all. Has been able to compete with Admiral, the highest combat power of naval headquarters. In fact, it was also the news that was sent back, and there was a certain degree of uncertainty. Sengoku also miscalculates the opponent's combat power. At this time, Vice Admiral also came to Sengoku's office. Not only did Sengoku receive the news, but Crane, as the Chief Staff Officer of Naval Headquarters, will not miss such important news either. After coming in, he said, "Sengoku, things are a bit out of control. We Marine Admiral, if we can't hold Luo Tian, Marine will lose face. But if 2 admirals are dispatched, they can't be 100% sure that they can be taken. Thunderfruit can move faster, so Kizaru can compete." Crane can think of what he said, and Sengoku can also predict it. Putting down the file in his hand, he responded, "Crane, he has already started to lose control. From this Luo Tian invaded Eni's lobby, he has already beaten the world government. Once Luo Tian moved, we had to face Whitebeard again, without moving the entire world government and Marine faceless. Now Sengoku has a headache. He was not a well-known person in the Whitebeard pirates. How can I find things now?" After weighing the pros and cons, Suru said, "Sengoku, I suggest sending out an admiral. If we don't react, the fire of the pirate will be even greater. As for whether there will be a situation where you will not be able to catch the other party in the future. Now it's just a guess. In Crane's view, this kind of thing must be fast and not let the other party react. Thunderfruit is moving fast, and they still have Kizaru to stop it." Sengoku knocked on the table, and he did suggest that although he failed, his face might be lost even more. But if you don't try it, you won't even be able to catch the opponent. The ability to fight head-to-head with Kizaru for 2 hours can be imagined. This kind of big pirate with terrible potential must not let it go. He clapped. "Then call Aokiji and let him dispatch. It can prevent Luo Tian from leaving by sea. Kizaru will block the air combat." "I don't believe it, this kid, who is so capable, can he resolve them one by one?" When necessary, Sengoku is also ruthless and decisive, otherwise he would not have been sitting in the position of Marshal Marine for so long. Sengoku called Aokiji, the city of 7 waters. Boom. Boom. LB. There is no one intact place in the whole area. At this time, the aurora shot by Kizaru was blocked by Luo Tian's backhand. After blocking, it is inevitable that it is impossible to predict all the trajectories behind. After all, it belongs to the high-intensity battle. At this time, the aurora rays exploded directly not far from Robin and Nami. "Ah, Robin, it's terrible, it's dangerous to hide so far." Nami was really shocked by this powerful explosion. If it explodes on her, it won't be killed directly. As the eldest sister, Robin was scared just now, but she must also comfort Nami. "Nami, it's okay. It should be Luo Tian who is engaged in a high-intensity battle, and can't fully take care of our side." Robin understands that under the situation just now, Luo Tian has basically no intention to take care of them. The opponent is Marine Admiral, who can't care about it at all. Once care is taken, the face may be defeated. After Robin finished speaking, Nami and Robin looked at Luo Tian who was fighting fiercely together. It was too shocking. Human beings can become strong like this, completely opening up a new world for them. Not only Robin and Nami, but also the people on the island. Chapter 27 Blackbeard exchanges ace for Shichibukai. After another half an hour, Luo Tian had already begun to gasp. His face also showed fatigue. For this reason, fighting is no longer necessary. "I have to find a way to retreat." Ah, taking a sigh of relief, Thunderfruit's ability burst to its maximum. The entire sky, suddenly thunder roared. Kizaru glanced at the sky, then at Luo Tian. Seriously said, "Your Excellency Luo Tian, are you planning to fight the old man to the end? Or already planning to evacuate?" For these 2 possibilities, Kizaru guessed that Luo Tian intends to evacuate the most likely. Logia awakens, especially like Thunderfruit, once use it. Will directly change the climate and environment, so now there is no longer a fragmented port. But the entire city of 7 waters will be affected in it. Now Kizaru is not easy to start. If it is an ordinary island, then Kizaru doesn't matter. The problem is that there is no order from above, and Kizaru doesn't like to do such thankless things. Facing Kizaru's question, Luo Tian answered without concealment. "Kizaru, don't you already know the answer?" Then face the choice. Without Nami and Robin still on the island, it would be easy for Luo Tian to get away. So now only some improper means can be used. Kizaru wanted to make a complete outbreak and take Luo Tian. He glanced at the city of 7 waters again. You said, "It's terrible, Pirate Luo Tian." It's not that Kizaru cares much about the city of 7 waters, but that he is afraid of trouble afterwards. At this moment, on an island in the first half of the Grand Line, Ace and Blackbeard have a life and death duel. Great Yan Jia, Emperor Yan, fell in the darkness. Ace, the Dark Emperor, boom. The flame and darkness collide with each other and directly separate 2 areas. Because of Luo Tian's relationship, Ace and Blackbeard indirectly led to an early battle. After the collision subsided slowly, Blackbeard could absorb damage even though it possessed the Dark Fruit ability. But it was also quite exhausted, having spent so many years on the Whitebeard pirate ship. With the addition of Ace later, the strength is obvious to all. Otherwise, he would not be able to be the captain of the 2nd division of the Whitebeard pirates. It can be said that the strength of a body has surpassed the strength of the naval headquarters elite vice admiral. Blackbeard looked at Ace, who had fallen down with no strength at all. With an evil smile, he said, "Thieves, ha ha ha. Look, Ace, Lousy told you a long time ago that any demon fruit power can't beat me. It was a pity that Luo Tian was already listed as a target. Ace, you appeared." The members of the Blackbeard pirates saw that the battle was over. They all came to Blackbeard together. At this time Lafitte said, "Captain, what is this Fire Fist Ace going to do now? After all, Wokuan Ace is a hot potato, staying with him is a time bomb. The captain of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates is not a small person. Thieves, ha ha ha, of course maximize the benefits. In this matter, I have to thank my former companion Luo Tian. It was he who killed the sand crocodile. It also saved me a lot of effort. I handed the Fire Fist Ace to Marine in exchange for 7 warlords of the sea." Looking at the Fire Fist Ace in front of him, Blackbeard has already seen a way of blood in his mind. A road that can rise quickly. Lafitte turned the cane in his hand. "Captain, it seems we are lucky. There happened to be a military ship that was wiped out by us just outside. These Marines are monitoring Fire Fist Ace, and they have been eliminated by the Blackbeard pirate group. Recently, Luo Tian's series of actions have directly strengthened Marine, and the Wokuan Ace that also appeared in the first half of the Grand Line monitors the intensity. This was caused in a disguised form. In the original scene, Fire Fist Ace and Straw Hat Luffy met, and there was no more. The phone bug on General Lafitte's ship was found and handed over to Captain Blackbeard Titch. Blackbeard answered the call and said, "Thief, ha ha ha. Naval Headquarters Marine Lindo. Here Sengoku not long ago asked Aokiji to support Kizaru and take Luo Tian together." At this time, the phone worm rang aside. Sengoku looked at the unrecognized avatar and asked, Moses, who?" An unruly voice came from the other side of the phone. "Thief, ha ha ha. You must be Marshal Sengoku, the highest power Buddha of Marine." Sengoku heard these provocative words, but I wanted to see who it was first, so he responded, "Yes, it's Sengoku of my Buddha. When I figure it out, I will send soldiers to kill this provocative B***********. I heard that there is still one vacancy in the position of 7 warlords of the sea, so my Blackbeard horse, Sasori D. Ditch, will come to this position. I don't know, Marshal Sengoku, what do you think? A thief, ha ha ha." Blackbeard didn't rush to reveal the chips in his hand, but wanted to see how Sengoku responded. Sengoku didn't react at first. Who is this person? But it suddenly occurred to him, so he said, "It turns out that it is you, a traitor of the Whitebeard pirates." "What? Afraid of being chased by Whitebeard? Are you planning to join the world government and Marine?" This Blackbeard was hunted down by the Whitebeard pirates, and Sengoku knew this very well. Now, this person, who is coming from running, is pushing to serve as 7 warlords of the sea. Normally, this is simply to avoid the Whitebeard pirates hunting and killing, and choose to seek refuge in the world government and Marine. Even if 7 warlords of the sea was killed by the Whitebeard pirates. But it does not mean that the world government allows such things to happen one after another. At the same time Sengoku thought, recruit this Blackbeard? Marine's benefits are not big at all, it may also be a lot of trouble. Chapter 28 Peak Turn. Thief, ha ha ha, Marshal Sengoku, don't you listen to my bargaining chips? For taking the position of 7 warlords of the sea, Blackbeard is quite confident. After all, there is currently no more bargaining chip than the captain of the Whitebeard Pirates 2nd Division. When Sengoku heard that the other party had a bargaining chip, he was also curious about what bargaining chip the other party could offer. Let's talk about it. No one can become 7 warlords of the sea even if the chips are not enough. Sengoku intends to listen first, what bargaining chip the other party has to offer, and then make a decision. Blackbeard listened to Sengoku on the phone and was about to listen to the chips. So he said, "I don't know, Fire Fist Ace, captain of the 2nd Division of the Whitebeard Pirates, is this chips enough? Marshal Sengoku, thief, ha ha ha. I defeated him personally, and then used him as a bargaining chip in exchange for 7 warlords of the sea." When Sengoku heard this, he almost thought he had heard it wrong. "What are you talking about? Fire Fist Ace, captain of the Whitebeard Pirates 2nd Division." Now Sengoku is a little uncomfortable, but soon calmed down. Sengoku began to weigh the pros and cons in his mind. Once you accept this Fire Fist Ace, then you don't need to think about the battle with Whitebeard. It will unfold, plus the many things that Luo Tian has brought out recently. Sengoku was also very upset with the Whitebeard pirates. The B********** Whitebeard didn't know how to educate his son, so he could cause trouble. After thinking for a while, he said, "Wait for the newspaper to report. Fire Fist Ace, first we'll send Marine over to receive it." After weighing the pros and cons, Sengoku absolutely demanded the Ace of Fire Fist and made Blackbeard Diki the new 7 warlords of the sea. Later, I heard some gossip from CP, saying that Wokuan Ace may be the son of One Piece Roger. Although it hasn't been confirmed, it's just a guess, but Sengoku doesn't dare to bet on things like this. Even if it wasn't, I could just hit that B********* D Whitebeard. Luo Tian is so lawless, Whitebeard has to take the main responsibility. Thief, ha ha ha. Then I am waiting for the good news from Marshal Sengoku. After Blackbeard hung up the phone, he knew that more than 90% of the matter had been completed. On Sengoku's side, I think I have to send someone with enough strength to bring back the Fire Fist Ace. Otherwise he will run away from it, and Marine will be embarrassed. What I thought of was Aokiji who had just left. It just so happened that Aokiji could see what was going on with the Blackbeard pirates. Then Kizaru can give up temporarily. It is also unknown if one cannot be 100% confirmed who can be arrested. The City of Seven Waters. Currently Kizaru and Luo Tian are in a deadlock. Luo Tian had already planned to use Thunderfruit's awakening ability to force Kizaru to make a new choice. At this time, the phone worm Kizaru was carrying rang. Normally, in such a highly intense battle, these are all to be ignored. But this is a dedicated phone worm. Kizaru picked up and answered. Moses, I'm Pelusalino. Does Marshal Sengoku have any instructions? Luo Tian, the pirate is more difficult. I am now thinking of how to solve it. Kizaru thought Sengoku was calling to ask about his situation. So first answer. Sengoku's voice came. Kizaru, Luo Tian don't care about him. Now withdraw to the headquarters. Kizaru looked dumbfounded. How did Marshal Sengoku change? But now Kizaru don't want to care about that much. Anyway, back to the order to withdraw. Kizaru took back the phone worm. At the same time, Luo Tian also used Thunderfruit radio waves to monitor the conversation between Kizaru and Sengoku. I thought that naval headquarters would continue to send an admiral over, but Kizaru retreated. This is just right, saving trouble. After all, Luo Tian has already fought to the limit. Kizaru. It's terrible, but the battle is over here, so there will be a period of time later. After Kizaru finished speaking, it turned into a streamer and disappeared into the sky. After Luo Tian confirmed that Kizaru had left, he put away the fighting state. After relaxing, I suddenly felt particularly tired. Today's strength, fighting against Marine Admiral, is really difficult. No matter the surrounding area, there are potholes everywhere. He walked towards Robin and Nami. Nami and Robin saw that Luo Tian had finished fighting with Admiral Kizaru. He also happily ran to Luo Tian and gave a big hug. Nami. Luo Tian, you are okay, that's great. We were so nervous just now. The limit of that horrible conclusion is also the ultimate destructive power. In fact, in the battle just now, Luo Tian's physical strength has already begun to decline severely. If they continue to fight, they can only retreat, otherwise they will have to lose. Said. Okay, clean up, ready to leave here. Robin, you go to the iceberg shipyard and you are getting a new ship. Our ship was unusable in the battle just now. I'm sitting for a break. Luo Tian told Robin to deal with the new ship, and he also had to take a good rest. I was very exhausted from the high-intensity battle just now. After Robin received Luo Tian's instructions, he was also ready to find a new ship. Nami followed Robin and said, I'll go with him too. Robin, let's be together. Chapter 29 1 Billion Bailey's Bounty. Only one day has passed, and when it comes to a series of things that happened yesterday, it caused a violent sensation. The headline of the newspaper first read Luo Tian's destruction of the Department of the World Government, Enel's lobby. Then he and Admiral of Headquarters Kizaru launched a fierce battle. Judging from the information in the newspaper, there is no winner or loser. This wave directly raised Luo Tian's reputation several steps. Recently, Luo Tian has been active in the field of vision in the first half of the entire Grand Line. Whether it is killing 7 warlords of the Sea Crocodile, or invading Enel's lobby, and fighting Admiral Kizaru. Every news is totally shocking. At the same time, the bounty is also increasing, and now it has reached 1 billion Baileys. Break through the 1 billion mark. A reward of 1 billion is also a threshold to reach this level of pirates. Already can be regarded as a great pirate. It was also more difficult for Marine to cover up the news, because the fighting situation had already been spread out. The other one, the newly promoted 7 warlords of the Sea Blackbeard Horse Sasori Didiki, on the contrary, there are fewer people concerned. After all, people who were not very famous before. The Grand Line is offshore. Nami bought a newspaper from Newsbird. Robin was also curious to watch with the past. Nami was shocked when he saw half of it. Luo Tian, look at your bounty of 1 billion Baileys. Oh my god, 1 billion Baileys, such a huge sum of money, how long will it take? 1 billion Baileys alone is a huge sum of money for Nami, let alone 1 billion Baileys. But Robin pays more attention to the content in the newspaper. On the other hand, Luo Tian still had a dull face when he heard the reward, so he didn't care whether the reward of 1 billion Baileys was still 2 billion. The main thing is strength, as long as the strength is strong enough, nothing is a problem. Nami saw that Luo Tian didn't react much, so he asked curiously, Luo Tian, don't you have any opinions about your bounty? Since Nami met Luo Tian, the other party's bounty has skyrocketed all the way to 500 million Baileys, and now there are 1 billion Baileys offering a reward. It can be said that these were completed in a short time. Luo Tian turned his head and looked at Nami's response. There are pirates offering a reward of 4 billion and 5 billion Baileys in the sea. There are a lot of rewards for 1 billion Baileys, so there is nothing to be surprised. Luo Tian normally spoke out the pirate who had top bounty on the sea. Nami's eyes widened suddenly, almost stammered. What? 4 billion 5 billion Baileys bounty? What kind of pirate is that? The bounty is so scary. Robin looked at Nami's series of expressions and couldn't help but smile. Ha ha ha, Nami, there is a pirate of 5 billion Baileys now. That is the captain of Luo Tian, the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard, who is offering a bounty of more than 5 billion Baileys. Nami turned around and said, Robin, the strongest man in the world. Doesn't that mean the strongest man in the world? My god, what pirate group are we two joining? It's so terrible, Luo Tian alone is so powerful. Then the entire Whitebeard pirate group is not a lot of masters. This is what Nami suddenly thought of. Looking at Luo Tian's performance, he is not afraid of world government and marine at all. So guess whether the Whitebeard pirates are also very powerful. Robin paused for a moment and replied, this should be, but I don't know the details. I know, the Whitebeard pirate group is the second half of the Great Leader, Kun, one of the 4 emperors facing the sea, and is also the strongest pirate group. The power is extremely large. There are 16 squad captains under it, and they are also masters. These are all information on the surface, as long as anyone who pays attention to the form knows it. Robin tells Nami what he knows, it just so happens to improve Nami's experience. After listening to Nami, he looked at Luo Tian unconsciously and said, Luo Tian, I can't think that the pirate group you are in is so powerful. Haha, we don't have to be afraid of marine now, right? Luo Tian lifted Erlang's legs, lit a cigarette and slowly said, you really don't need to be afraid of marine, but we are currently in the first half of the Grand Line. This is still the marine area with the highest marine dominance. If you are in New World, then don't worry about this, it's always okay to be careful. Luo Tian had good luck in the city of Seven Waters before, otherwise he would have to fight a bad battle. In fact, the most important point is that with Robin and Nami, women who don't have much combat power, Robin is a little bit better. Robin nodded and said, Luo Tian was right. It was not easy to deal with an admiral before. But Admiral has 3 at home. If 2 are dispatched, Nami and I will become a burden. Robin is more transparent. It was Aokiji and Akainu that both Aokiji and Akainu destroyed Ohara together. Nami also understands what Robin said, don't say anything, just dealing with a seaman is dangerous. It might be better to get bubble fruit now, but it's not long after getting the devil fruit ability. It will take a period of time to adapt if you want to play combat effectiveness. After all, Nami himself does not have a foundation. Luo Tian suddenly saw the two of them, and began to feel emotions. So he comforted and said, but you don't have to worry, Marine will not deploy troops at the moment. Now Luo Tian already knows that Marine has got ace. Then, Marine will have to prepare for the work before the war begins. In fact, there is another point, Luo Tian is also curious, the battle between Ace and Blackbeard. Compared with the timeline of the original scene, it is ahead of schedule. Advance in advance, as long as you get what you deserve. Chapter 30 Whitebeard Furious. New World, Whitebeard Pirates, on the Mobike ship. Everyone on the boat was drinking happily and enjoying the wine. This is the usual life of the Whitebeard Pirates, and they often organize drinking activities. Marco continued to watch with the latest newspaper as usual. When he didn't see half of it, he immediately said in shock, everyone, Daddy, Luo Tian has done another great thing. It's not an ordinary thing, even I was shocked. The crew and squad captains who were still drinking, including Whitebeard who was sitting in the first place, were also curious about what they did. Captain Marco, tell me what's going on. Yes, hurry up and talk about it, Captain Marco. The crew members began to wonder what else Luo Tian did. They just killed 7 warlords of the sea crocodile some time ago. Marco did not sell it. Read the newspaper about Luo Tian's situation without missing a word. Invaded Eni's lobby and made a lot of noise. At the same time, he fought for several hours with Admiral Kizaru in the city of Seven Waters. Throughout the report, it was not shown that Luo Tian was a disadvantage. Doesn't it mean that Luo Tian's combat power has been fully able to compete with Admiral? The bounty has also soared to 1 billion Baileys, and such bounty has been able to rank high in the Whitebeard Pirates. It's about traitor Blackbeard Titch. Marco didn't choose to say it now. But wait and talk later, otherwise the originally pleasant atmosphere will become depressed. It deserves to be Luo Tian, the people who went out of the Whitebeard pirate group, that's how it should be. What world government and marine, we Whitebeard pirates don't have to be afraid of them. Luo Tian is so strong now. Since getting the Thunder Fruit ability, he has been active in the front line. Kill 7 warlords of the sea and fight Marine Admiral. Such strength is not worse than Captain Marco. Yes, we have increased our strength again. We are the No. 1 pirate group. When the crew heard the news, the whole movie was very lively. I can't wait to pull Luo Tian right now and come over to celebrate and drink together. But like the captains of the squad, they think more about it, like Luo Tian's high profile all the way. Constantly confronting the world government, although the Whitebeard pirates are not afraid of Marine at all. But inevitably, a great war may break out in the future. Otherwise, the world government and Marine will be on the face of their faces, and they will definitely be unable to make it through. After all, they have been at sea for so long, what does world government and Marine care about most? They couldn't be clear. Whitebeard looked at his sons with a worried look. Angrily said, my sons, what are you afraid of? I'm Whitebeard. If Marine dares to do something with my son, he will sink Naval Headquarters Marine Fodder to the bottom of the sea. Whitebeard's words directly gave these team captains a boost. Joe's Daddy is right. As long as Marine has any ideas, our Whitebeard pirates will let them know how good we are. Joe's has never been afraid of this kind of thing, isn't it, naval headquarters? They are the strongest pirate group in the sea. But Marco thought. Father, I'm worried, Luo Tian and Ace, they are both in the first half of the Grand Line now. Should Marine use large forces, there may be accidents. Over the years, the Whitebeard pirates hasn't fought with Marine for a long time. Wait, just in case Marine's head gets hot, it's not impossible. Whitebeard took a swig of wine. With a sharp gaze, he said, Marco, give me the phone bug. Okay, Daddy. Marco quickly went to get the phone bug and hand it to Daddy Whitebeard. Dot 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 dot. Toot toot. The first half of the Grand Line. The special phone bug rang on Luo Tian's body and saw that it was Daddy Whitebeard calling. Moses, the father is me, Luo Tian. On the other end of the phone. During this time, come back to New World as soon as possible. I have a bad feeling. During this time, Whitebeard has always felt that unexpected things might happen. Luo Tian intends to tell Ace what happened in advance, so that the Whitebeard pirates can prepare in advance. Diki was promoted to 7 warlords of the sea in exchange for Ace. Marine may use Ace to do some articles. Daddy, we have to prepare in advance. In the worst case, war may break out. Luo Tian did not directly say that war would break out, but said that it was possible euphemistically. However, in the eyes of Father Whitebeard, it is impossible to presume that Marshal Marine Sengoku will not fail to move. As soon as Luo Tian finished speaking, Whitebeard broke out with a powerful conqueror's Haki on the other end of the phone. On board the Moby DK. Everyone can feel the anger of the old man, most of them don't know what's going on. Why Dad is so angry all of a sudden? The team captains next to Whitebeard also looked bad for a moment. They also heard what Luo Tian said just now. Father, let's attack Marine, let them hand over to Ace, and kill the traitor Diki at the same time. Father, we can't let brother Ace fall into Marine's hands. Quote dot 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 quote. Whitebeard raised his hand, motioning to stop the noisy noises from his sons. Luo Tian, you come back first. As for Marine, if Sengoku wants to go to war, I will stay with Whitebeard to the end. Luo Tian also understands the old man, knowing that now he is on the verge of breaking out. Father, I know, I'm on my way back now. After hanging up the phone with the old man, Luo Tian asked Nami to sail directly at the fastest speed of the route. As long as he arrives at Sabayati Archipelago, if Marine wants to start suddenly, he can also use something to counterattack.